Do you like body horror? Read various Roald Dahl books.
But don't, because he was anti-Semitic.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. No, that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is so far superior to the book it's based on. That's always one that always gets me.
That's just because you love Gene Wilder, man.
We have to sync the audio.
We have to sync the audio. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1. Mark. 3, 2, 1. Mark. Okay. Good enough.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I do enjoy Gene Wilder's performance as Willy Wonka. I think it's fantastic. I love watching it.
You know the sequel that Roald Dahl wrote to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that was too racist to film?
Glass Elevator?
I didn't know. I haven't read it in a very long time.
Charlie and the Glass Elevator.
I don't want to reread it because I'm scared of the vermicious canids.
Well, you should be scared of those, and also be scared of the guide kind of working in some racist bits.
Yeah, I could see that. That guy. You know, you needed a good director, and you needed Gene Wilder to save that, save that entire concept. Now it's a beloved thing. You know that, and I don't know. I saw the James and the Giant Peach movie a long time ago, which was weird.
Aren't they rebooting it with Timothy Chalamet?
Oh my god!
Yeah, they're trying.
I hate that fucking guy, man. I hate Timothy Chalamet.
Why do you need to reboot Willy Wonka?
Because Timothy Chalamet has to give you a haunting performance because Johnny Depp wasn't fucking weird enough, I guess, man.
They did it right the first time. They got it right the first time. They don't have to do it again.
This is like Ben Affleck trying to remake Casablanca. At some point, you should be shot.
New movies.
I just need you to know.
New movies.
I just need you to know original. That I listened to the free episode that you did without me. I'm sorry, I was doing live shows and then I got COVID, but I'm back now. And people were like, "Well, we missed November," which thank you, I appreciate. But wow, this was the quickest they got to the point ever. Like, they started the show like that. And for some reason, my presence is a kind of talisman that causes each of us to become distracted and start talking about Roald Dahl movies.
It's true.
Yes. Well, no, we shouldn't have to talk about them because, again, they got it right the first time. They don't have to make any more of them.
Yeah, it's a perfected technology like movies. The AR-15.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, as produced by Muammar Gaddafi, of course.
Oh, that's that the Oompa Loompas singing about their Armalites. Yeah. No, that wouldn't work. The Oompa Loompas are orange. They're the bad guys.
I am trying to go to Ireland in less than a week. You are gonna get me turned away at the fucking border.
No, we got this. We got this. Delay this until she's in.
Yeah, exactly. This is not going to come out until Nova is back from Ireland and will never be welcome there again.
We could prevent her from getting back home.
Yeah, she's stateless like that guy in the terminal. Yeah. Welcome to Kill James Bond, a podcast about movies.
Recording this podcast, we have to think about our girls on hunger strike in the prisons of Belfast.
Because I was going to Dublin and because I'm like interested in the history and the like culture and stuff, I was like, and I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong, and I'm sorry. I wanted to see Kilmainham Jail, right, which is where they where we, the British, right, executed a bunch of the leaders of the Easter Rising.
He was tied to a chair and you shot him.
I know. On the plus side,
November Kelly, personally.
Yeah, this. I personally shot James Connolly. I'm sorry that I did it, but on the plus side, it did lead to the collapse of British colonialism in the south of Ireland. But I wanted to go, and the thing is, it is sold out and booked up for the whole month. So Ireland is so woke that they won't let trans women into prison.
Wow.
I'm rattling the gates from the outside. Let me in.
Let me in. All right, we have to start this podcast at some point. Hold on, let me see if I remember how to do this.
Yeah, I still don't have the drops. Nate's gonna send me the replacement mixer at some point.
On the note of that, all I remember, speaking of like going on vacation to countries where the troubles were a thing, was I had to keep reminding my wife to please stop singing IRA songs while we were in the UK.
I had to do that with my dad too. Yeah,
it's fine. My grandma used to blast them out the window of the flat when my mum was growing up. It's fine.
My dad pointed to Lord Nelson's column in front of like whatever your cops are and said the IRA never got that one, and that was a legitimate military target, and they stopped and stared at us for a mighty long time. Yes, they did.
because there was a Nelson's column in Dublin, right? And
Dublin,
it's currently the Spire, which is just like the most, we felt like we had to put something here thing, but because it was blown up by the IRA, and when it was Eamon de Valera, not Devon, no relation as far as I know, suggested the headline to the Irish Times: British Admiral leaves Dublin by air.
Speaking of leaving by air.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, hello. And welcome to, well, there's your problem. It's a podcast about engineering disasters with slides. I'm Justin Rosniak. I'm the person who's talking right now. My pronouns are he and him. Okay, go.
Oh, it's been a hot minute. I hope I can still remember how to do this. I am November Kelly. I'm the person who's speaking right now. My pronouns are she and her. Yay, Liam.
Yay, Liam. Hi. I hope this is not too crunchy. Sorry if it is.
No,
my name is Liam.
I heard the episode you recorded without me, so let me do this one. Hi, my name's Liam McAnderson. My pronouns are he and him. See how you like it.
Wow.
That's right. You wanna introduce Victoria, or you wanna just cut it there?
Nah,
no, go ahead.
That's the end of the podcast.
I'm Victoria Scott. My pronouns are she and her. And we have a guest.
We have a guest.
I'm back. Hi, I'm Angry Scooter. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm the person talking right now. And let's do this.
Do you want to do the normal thing where you disavow your employer, or are you good on this one?
No,
Yeah.
I'm good on this one.
Your employer
this one's like
avows everything. Like everything that you're about to say is their
company
opinion.
policy.
Yeah. What you can't see here, but this is actually a Rail Exco.
Yeah, they got a deal on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, later in the podcast, I do compare it to my job. So, we did once. Okay, real quick. We did once try buying a nuclear missile.
Well, who hasn't? You know?
Yeah.
There was the one in Rantoul, Illinois. No, there was this one in Rantoul, Illinois. That's the display for the old Air Force Base that it's gone. But it went up on Gov Deals, and both of us were like, "Come on!" And then they took it off Gov Deals and kept
missile. How much could it cost?
This is how I ended up with my 9-foot tall Soviet rocket ship model. As I was like, well, I might as well just put in a bid for a lark.
Let she who has never put an unwise bid on an auction site cast the first pod.
We spent
the first physics package.
We spent the same amount on that stupid A-class we had that we sold to Roxy as that missile was going for, and that would have looked so much cooler in our yard.
Honestly, yeah, like the A-class is one of those things that is sicko. Also, shit, I didn't realize that went from you to Roxy. I'm redrawing the lineage of this car in my mind. Anyway,
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's the little Mercedes.
Yeah, do you want the best Mercedes ever made? The Mercedes, the small Mercedes.
Yeah.
Do you want that or a nuclear missile?
Oh, you'd have the polar opposite of vehicles, like the enormous Rail Exco truck and then the very small Rail Exco sports car.
You didn't even get to ride in the big Rail Exco truck.
That truck was so huge, Scooter. That was the hugest truck I've ever been in.
That is a normal 1500. I have a 3500.
3500s are
I just love the idea of
I want a 3500 with dualies.
The Rail Exco Technical,
Nissan
which is
Micro
an
with
A-class
dualies.
with an ICBM strapped to the top of it.
On the trailer behind it.
Line a bunch of those up like a North Korean parade.
This
Who's
is the world
low bidding who now?
This is our future where every single person has to buy their own ICBM lest Donald Trump shut down their primary waterways. If you have a stream in your backyard, you want to float paper boats down, you have to have an ICBM to keep it clear.
Oh, we'll get to that.
There's no offense like defense.
Will we?
I think so.
For the lore, you know, we point the ICBM at Amtrak and demand another turboliner. But
we want more places to drop private cars.
Justin Rosniak has paid us to hold you ransom.
What we see on the screen before us is an accessory for a Mercedes-Benz A-Class.
Yes. This is dealer installed, actually. It's what? Does that say Werner von Braun did nothing wrong on it?
Anyway, I do have a disclaimer. It's two things about this presentation because number one, this story is told over an hour and a half in a movie and 20 hours in a book, and then another 11 hours in another book. It has to be condensed at some point, so I'm sorry if our 4-hour presentation's too fucking short for you. Go watch the movie. And second, because I did a lot of interviews for this. I actually did like real research, which, wow, I know, right?
Unbelievable.
Did a lot of
Never
interviews,
happens on this podcast.
No.
A couple people asked to say that even though it's a comedy podcast, we're going to make a bunch of jokes here. The people involved took their jobs very seriously and for very good reason because of what they handled. The only people at fault, as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully everybody makes their own opinion, are the motherfuckers that made the decisions and not the motherfuckers that did this as their job. So we're going to clown on everybody, but remember who the real clowns are.
I hate when I want to put my Mercedes into like a sort of, I hate when I want to make my Mercedes go fast and I have to put it into race mode.
I had to put a Titan II rocket on top of it, you know, to make it go fast.
What was that stunt on Mythbusters?
The JATO rocket.
The JATO rocket. Yeah. We're actually going to do this in real life.
Stands for assisted.
So yeah, today's episode we will be talking about the Damascus, Alabama Titan II rocket explosion.
To a great start,
Arkansas. Excuse me.
Alabama, Arkansas. I sure love my mom, pa. These things. These are not material
I
details.
sure love my mom, pa. Yeah. Okay. I'm doing great. This is why I had to go get some coffee.
I've got a white monster.
But that's first, we have to do the goddamn news.
All right,
yeah. We don't have the thing.
Nate is going to send me the replacement mixer very soon. He assures me. I am assured of this.
So, remember how we just did an episode about the Union Pacific Norfolk Southern merger?
Yeah, Uncle Charlie's Uncle Pete is fucking
Uncle
a horse.
Pete is marrying the horse.
Fucking the horse, yes.
Yeah,
we're here to fuck the train. I know.
The day after we recorded it, the new documents were submitted to the Surface Transportation Board.
That's real leisure problem timing.
They're calling it the timeliest podcast ever.
Yes. So, I don't know how to summarize this other than, okay, they've decided they're going to do less investment in infrastructure than they said they were going to do previously.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, well, they're going to do major improvements to one of the old Wabash lines, and that's about it.
No, they won't.
Probably not.
It's called Line.
Yeah,
they do it a lot.
Something there's like 400 pages or whatever about intermodal lanes, new ones. The big news is they're trying to sort of extort the Surface Transportation Board by saying, look, if you grant anyone trackage rights or like dibs on branch line sales, we're not going to do the merger, which is going to look bad for commerce because obviously everyone loves these mergers, right?
Ooh,
it'll look bad if you don't do them.
Yeah. Victory to Dan Rosniak. Victory for 1,000 years.
Honestly, though, yeah. I mean, that is the thing about this is it's like the most relevant industries out there all hate this shit. But I don't know. They're going to let Trump drive the big boy or something. So
yeah,
who knows?
A pox on both their houses. And speaking of pox,
yeah, I hate everything. You
have hantavirus. I mean, listen, I don't want to. We probably have too many hypochondriacs to me to do that joke. No, it's so there was this cruise ship.
You already have hantavirus. You're
sorry. Dying
based on the spread of COVID, back when everyone was following the seems like some shit was happening in like a wet market in Wuhan, and everyone reading it already had COVID. I don't know, but so there's this cruise ship that was going from Argentina to Cape Verde, I want to say, and this Dutch couple got hantavirus, which is a very nasty class of viruses that you get mostly off of like rodents. And the husband died. The wife was transporting his body to South Africa and then died. And they think that there's like human to human transmission. There's some cases, but everyone's stuck on this boat, which everyone is arguing about where to send it. It's looking like it might be the Canary Islands. But in the meantime, everyone is self-isolating in the worst phase of all because they are stuck on board with hantavirus and not one but two travel YouTubers.
Oh God!
Shoot me dead.
No,
just kill.
Yeah,
shoot me.
No, that is way worse than the
one of the YouTubers is getting mad at the other one because he's like being inflammatory in the content that he's posting. So the YouTubers are now beefing. And at this point, I sort of start thinking about ways I could like throw myself overboard without my body washing up and giving anybody hantavirus.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like this is kind of, I don't think this is a huge, unless you're on the ship, obviously it's very bad. I don't think this is a huge deal. This is apparently like a strain of the hantavirus, which is already endemic in Argentina. You know, it does occasionally transmit person to person, but it's not very common. And, you know, it doesn't tend to spread because, it kills people so quick.
Yeah, it's not a very, you need a lot of like close contact as well. But like the thing is, exactly, right? Yeah. Rationally, I'm like, this is nothing. We're just filling out the news section. And then I flash back to the news sections we were making in 2019 and 2020. And no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's going to be fine, and I'm not going to ruin it if I say that everything's going to be fine.
No, this is fine. The next slide is what's going to be our COVID moment.
Yeah, no, this does not give me anywhere close to the same vibe as COVID did.
This is like a 38% fatality rate, I think I read, and like you just can't, like virus transmission just doesn't work very well at that scale of death. And yeah, like it requires such sustained contact that like I think that the only place you could really get this is a cruise ship rather than like any kind of normal day-to-day life.
Cruise ships is such fucking like incubators of everything bad.
Okay, I fully admit also
right here, folks. If they have hantavirus, don't fuck them.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. A new form of ED. None of the doctors had ever seen it before.
They're coughing up blood. It doesn't matter how sexily they're doing it. Do not have sex with them.
Oh, but it's like a sort of Victorian, they're dying of tuberculosis.
Oh,
yeah. You lay them down one more time. Yeah. And then you get hantavirus. Good job, Roz.
Yeah, exactly. That's not gone well. Well, now I have the Victorian, coughing up blood disease.
She's right there, man.
I'm just getting better from the Victorian coughing up blood disease. Also, my favorite thing that we've said in this segment is Victoria's, where you ever notice how someone is so obviously anxious in general that they have become an epidemiologist out of anxiety? Where it's just casually oh yeah, I know a lot about disease vectors because I'm scared all the time. I also am like this.
I am saluting. I unfortunately, this is how I feel about the oil market currently. I wanted to be an auto journalist, and so I learned a little bit about how
the oil market,
the oil market.
Do we still have that?
I learned.
Not really. I have one question before we go to the next one.
I learned a little bit about how gasoline makes it from the ground to my door, and now I'm like, oh my god. This is the worst thing I've ever learned in my life. It's sort of like deciding to read The Society of the Spectacle at the age of 21 and being like, oh, fuck.
I have one question.
That Pandora's box.
Yes,
before we move to the next slide.
Yes.
It's about the Chiron. What the hell is this Northern Lion thing I keep hearing? I don't know what this is about.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
I like to put in the Chirons and then not explain them. Just as a little bonus for the people who only watch on YouTube. But if you don't, the Chiron that I put in says Northern Lion now second worst cruise organizer of 2026. This is a little bit of a cheap shot because a Canadian Twitch streamer called Northern Lion, who my wife likes a lot, along with seemingly every other trans woman in the world, tried to organize a fan cruise, which then collapsed within, I would say, a week. But no one got hantavirus.
Damn, it's a good thing we didn't follow through with those guys who contacted us.
They were asking everybody, huh? They got through with Northern Lion and they got to us.
And they were like, "Oh boy, you guys want to organize a cruise?" And I will not be on the wiki of people who disappeared mysteriously at sea. I have made this very abundantly clear to my wife.
If we organize a cruise, you would be on the wiki of people who died ironically if that ship sinks. How do you think I feel about getting on a plane for the first time in 10 years? Getting on a plane for the first time since I started this podcast in less than a week.
They don't have a boat?
I mean, not really, but mostly it's just the easiest way to go. Anyway, the magical thinking is fucking getting to. So, I'm just I'm gonna be plummeting down towards the ground, being like, oh shit, I think I have hantavirus.
I mean, if it helps at all, Nova, if you're gonna die in a plane crash, we all know that'll probably happen during takeoff and landing. So you won't even really have that long to plummet to the ground.
Yeah, and I'm flying on a Max 9. I already flew on one this year. I'm going to fly on one in a couple weeks.
Are you flying out?
Yeah, this is a Max 8. So
no, I had a moment of personal growth, which is I realized if I'm going to transfer to O'Hare anyway, I can fly out of Philadelphia International Airport and not Newark.
Good job.
Yeah, good job. You're learning at age. How old are you? 33.
33. I'm still flying United.
I know you are.
I'm still banking on dying in a car crash because I feel like that would maximize the amount of irony for me.
Yes, that's a piece of news we should have put in.
This will also be my first time flying since transition, right? It's one of the big reasons why I haven't. So it's going to be really funny if my experience is I go to the airport for the first time in 10 years, a guy grabs my dick, misgenders me, I get hantavirus, and then the plane crashes.
Statistically, I think you'll be fine. I do look forward to the airport workers saying, "Of course, Miss Kelly, right this way, Miss Kelly." Just to screw with you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to go phone up the guys at Glasgow Airport and say, this is my friend November. You have to treat her very nicely.
She's like a very nervous horse.
Yeah.
I will say UK airport security was much, much nicer to me than US airport security ever was. And I handed them like a 7-pound bag of film. They had every reason to be like, oh, great, this bitch. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
In other news.
Oh yeah, unless this prevents it from being genital, then it won't be fine.
Yeah, so about it being fine, they're probably gonna. You know what else is gonna happen? Is I'm gonna go to the airport. I'm gonna get my dick sort of groped, and then they're gonna put me on the plane. I'm gonna get hantavirus. The plane is gonna crash, and as it's crashing, I'm gonna be coughing up a lung, being like, "Oh shit, they cancelled my flight back because they ran out of jet fuel."
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's this is a total Delta Airlines victory because they refine their own fuel.
Yeah, and they're also getting rid of snack service. So go fuck yourself.
Oh God, no, I don't fly Delta.
I don't fly Delta. I don't fly Delta because I'm not a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
If we have any listeners who fly Delta, fuck you.
I used to fly Delta.
The Chiron on this one just says, that the war is maybe back on unless it's off. In which case, it might still be on unless it's off. Maybe because at time of recording, at this point, I think Dev's going to need to put in not just a date stamp but a time stamp. At time of recording, Trump has abandoned Project Freedom of trying to escort ships through the strait, but is now attacking Iranian shipping through the strait. And meanwhile, the Iranians have bombed Fujairah, which is on the eastern seaboard of the Emirates, which is kind of like shutting the back door on the strait. So it's all going just wonderfully, I think. Either there's going to be a deal and I will get back from Dublin, or there will not be a deal and I will have to apply for asylum in Ireland and live there, live out the rest of my days in exile there.
You're going to have to get on a sailing ship.
Have you ever listened to Excursion Around the Bay?
Sounds pretty good.
That's also pretty good.
You live on an island.
Yeah.
You're on the island.
Oh, this is the island of the island.
I mean, I live on an island with a rail link, right? Ireland is not an island with a rail link off of it, unless we build the Dunnel, the Dublin Tunnel, which we should do. I think that would be a good idea.
Dunnel.
Yeah, or the Bell Funnel.
Yeah, apparently, according to President Trump, as of right now, the United States has, quote, won the war in Iran.
Weren't we just...
Oh, that's good news, man. I guess.
Sure. Yeah,
he said
down.
We're in good shape, and now we're doing well, and we have to get what we have to get.
Folks, gas is 85 cents again.
Go to bed, Grandpa.
This is the third, fourth time that the US has won the war. So, that's pretty huge, I guess.
He said you'll get tired of winning.
I am.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
we should just do is we should just keep a victory counter, like a running total, and we can just increment that anytime the US wins the war.
Now, I would like it noted for the record, obviously there are a lot of other effects that are way more pertinent, but I will note that the average American drives 40 miles a day, and the average price of gas in Seattle is $6.50 a gallon.
How do you drive 40 miles?
The average American
that is the average. If you take million miles traveled and divide it by the American population, the average American drives 40 miles a day. What the fuck is wrong with you
people? Why?
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah, well, you don't
even have roads that are pleasant to drive on.
No, yeah, but
it's hell.
But Scooter, you have a really big truck, so it's comfy.
I'll drive my Sierra 1500
to the shop.
You drive 40 miles a day, but it's the distance from the front wheels to the rear wheels.
Would you like a high mileage Alfa Giulia Quadrifoglio?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Company car.
Crazy
crossover with the Liam cinematic universe with the Tran Girlismo episode you were on, but the exact Viper I pointed out in the episode that I wanted is for sale currently.
Send me a link.
I will.
Thank you.
Anyway, oh yeah.
Go ahead. I'm done. I just wanted to tell Liam about the Viper.
I'm just I guess okay. We won the war, so let me just cross this out. Gas is going to be 85 cents a gallon again. We do not need to carry oil with truck by land. We're good. Okay. Right.
Well done, us.
Thank you, President Trump. I'm excited for term 3. Speaking of term 3,
God.
that was the goddamn news.
If I have to deal with this guy stealing another decade of my fucking life from me, I'm going to do things that I can't say on a podcast.
Sure you can. Devin will bleep him out.
Oh, you want to be optimistic and make it a decade, huh?
Oh my God.
So, I think it'd be useful to start this program with some context, starting with the Cold War, right?
Yeah, because I got booed really bad for the last time I talked about it. So
basically, the United States and the Soviet Union fought the Germans and defeated them and killed Hitler. And so on and so forth.
Yeah, there was also one weird looking baby type guy involved, seen here on the left, which he wasn't.
Don't worry about him.
Yes.
But I think we can safely discount him and his contributions.
Can you cross him out?
Yeah, no, ignore this guy. I don't want to deal with him.
Yeah, let's talk about you with the Siege of Gallipoli, fuckface.
Yeah, some real American heroes here.
Yeah, it's like one guy from New England, one guy from Georgia, which makes it a real sort of like heartwarming North-South friendship story.
Exactly. Yeah. No, when we were in World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Joseph Stalin apparently got along like a house on fire. Like they were good buddies.
And that house was named Poland.
I still think there's potential for a FDR Stalin buddy comedy film. I think that would be yeah.
Death of Stalin prequel.
Yes,
exactly.
The life of Stalin.
The life of Stalin. But FDR, unfortunately, had it was very unfortunate. He died only in his 4th term as president. So
did he get hantavirus?
I don't know. He might have been vaxxed.
No, he wasn't vaxxed.
No, that was kind of a big thing, actually.
His final fireside chat announcing that he was going to go bird watching in Argentina.
So after World War II, we had to be really mad at the Soviet Union because of the godless communists and so on and so forth. And that remained the case for 40 years or so. Which means we need that's the summary. Yeah, that's the short version. Which means we have Strategic Air Command.
Oh boy, these fucking weirdos.
We have developed nuclear weapons, which are weapons.
Good, actually.
Which are nuclear.
Yeah, and because of the experience of the Second World War, you have an institutional memory of, the Janine Pirro clip where she's like, bomb them, keep bombing them. You just have that irrespective of its utility, and you gave those guys nukes, which was an interesting decision.
Bombing to win.
So you have this sort of theoretically, the nuclear weapons are under civilian control, but they're the people who are developing the strategies and tactics of how to use them. They're in Strategic Air Command, and they're constantly in a race with the Soviet Union or their imagined version of the Soviet Union to figure out how do we get our special gift over there quicker than they can get theirs over to us when International Friends Day finally comes.
Yeah, well, so like back in the day, when the sort of only friends packages, when the only gifts that you had were like airdropped, right? It meant that you had to get a bunch of planes and fly them in really fast, either really high or really low, to avoid
Yes.
the Soviet Union's best friends radar, their best friends defense system, so that you could give them their gifts really quickly.
Really quickly. Yeah. This is a B-47.
And you might have to give them gifts any time. So like you have to have these guys ready to go sitting by the planes.
You had to be very conscientious.
You had to have them by the planes, or as we found out last time, you had to have them in the air
constantly
the time.
In the air, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's various psychopaths that came up with those ideas. Like all of them. Everyone in the Strategic Air Command was crazy.
Yeah, I look relaxed, but I'm actually incredibly tense at all times.
Curtis LeMay, the inventor of the Dennis system.
Was it an absolutely terrible policy that spent millions and billions of dollars on a complete waste of resources to destroy half the globe at a moment's notice? Yes, but it did also give us the Avro Vulcan, which is pretty good
this
looking.
Is true.
I saw one of those the other day. I like a really good looking airplane. So
I like it when we do it. I think we had a bit more panache and a bit more elan when we did it, as opposed to you fucking pig fucking yokels. So
okay, bud.
Listen, we did it with a Delta wing, so like it's good actually.
Yeah, but the plane only had to fly like 15 miles.
I missed you all too.
So, this culminates in a policy of we need aircraft in the air with live nuclear weapons at all times, and we need to strap fucking rockets to the back of B-47s so they can get in the air more quickly, and all this kind of crap. And eventually we get better at rocketry thanks to,
don't worry about it,
a guy who may or may not have done some stuff in World War II, and we get the intercontinental ballistic missile, right?
Yeah, what if we had like stuff like hypergolic fuels? What if we honestly, one of the biggest innovations here is truck. What if we had a big truck? What if we had a TEL that could do this?
Oh yeah.
And downstream of that is me playing SnowRun. So thank you for not ending the world and letting me play with the civilian version of these.
Well, this is a weird one because usually you would think this would be the different one, but Russia had big truck. But I think it was only the United States. We never got big truck. We did have big train.
No.
We tried big train. We almost got big train in 91. We tried big truck. It was too damn expensive because it was, again, psycho.
It's too expensive. It's a Cold War. We have unlimited money for this bullshit.
No, it's 91.
It was too expensive for it was too expensive for the American defense industrial complex.
The entirety of the Southwest and put silos like every 5 or 6 miles apart from each other, and thousands of these, and then have trucks move the missiles silo to silo like every few hours to keep the Soviets from knowing where they were. And we're talking like hundreds of missiles moving at the same time. And for some reason, the Carter administration deemed this too expensive.
It's just a ballet for assholes.
The thing about Carter with his like realistic ideas that would work.
The thing about the Soviet Union is that there was a lot of it, and there was a lot of it with not a lot of people, where you could just pop one of these things out of a peat bog and fire the missile that like destroys DC. So it's kind of easier. Plus, also you have the engineering base for a lot of like heavy trucking and like Belarus and stuff. So
yeah. So anyway, in short, what is an intercontinental ballistic missile? It is a ballistic missile that goes between continents. So again, when International Friends Day comes, you can strap your thoughtful gift to your friend on another continent to the missile and send it to them very quickly. So it's a surprise before they send their, again, very thoughtful and conscientious gift to you, right? because you want it to be a surprise, right? You want to really brighten up their day,
so to speak.
Brighten up their day by several millions of lumens.
I've bought flashlights off of Amazon too.
Yeah. So, this also, because we have intercontinental ballistic missiles, of course, you don't need to have, all these B-52s or B-47s or whatever with atomic weapons in them flying around in the sky constantly all the time to achieve your, deterrence, I guess.
Superiority.
Yeah, put a lot of good psychos out of work at the psycho factory.
I was about to say,
but you don't do that. You need to have all those presents ready.
Henry Kissinger put so many psychos out of work with mutually assured destruction.
No, you just keep those planes around because of course you do. You got to have extra presents.
Spent the money.
That's true.
In case the first present doesn't do enough to make
surprise
them.
America has such a hoarding problem.
My pet belief.
Talk to me about my Plex server. Yep.
2,700 still around.
My pet belief is that the end of Strategic Air Command is actually what caused the serial killer boom in the 70s. It wasn't the lead in the paint. Because all those guys just didn't have jobs anymore.
The Zodiac killer was wearing wing walkers.
They all got laid off by Kissinger.
Okay.
So there's one particular intercontinental ballistic missile we're going to talk about today. I'm handing it off to Scooter now.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So ICBMs weren't a thing until the late 50s because up until the late 50s, we had bomber generals running the Strategic Air Command. I'd say again, psychos. And they had a hard-on for their planes because that's what they liked doing, was flying. So there was a command problem where they just didn't think that missiles would really be worth it at any time.
There's no psycho on board.
Yeah,
how do you know that it's going to do what you want?
Exactly. So in the late 50s...
I need to drain the humanity from someone to feel alive.
So in the late 50s, they're kind of
doing the chesty puller thing of like looking at the missile and being like, where do you put the guy with the cowboy hat?
On top, clearly. No, we'll get to that. Sorry. But they kind of dragged their feet a lot harder than they should have. So in the late 50s, they find out the Russians are doing things with their missiles, but they still think they're ahead. So they have one missile that's like the one, and it's called the Atlas. And it's kind of we know this works. It's better than the V2, and we can make it intercontinental. So we'll go with this. And they just focused on it because they thought they could get done the fastest. It's the one on the left. So it was like a balloon
ocean-wide
tank. It was just like, if it didn't have its fuel in it, it would just collapse on itself if it was standing up or if it was put under any load.
This was something that fascinated me from the command and control book, was just how thin the skin on these missiles are. That it was like, no, if they weren't fueled up, they just fall apart under their own weight.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one was like really bad. It was like the thickness of a dime was the outer skin. But the big thing about it was...
back in the day, you could just plowshares the shit out of stuff by just getting on base with a screwdriver and just like poking through this.
Well...
the subject of today's episode...
God damn it! This is why I should learn to read ahead.
No accidents I know of had Atlas have that problem, though. Atlas just had a problem of exploding on the pad because it was new.
It's a really
made
thin
of fuel primarily.
A big bomb.
Yeah. So what's special about it, or different about it, I should say, is that at the bottom there, so it has 3 motors, and the outside 2 fall off in flight, and the center one keeps running all the way up to apogee. Well, not all the way, but close to the top of its flight plan, and then it drops the reentry vehicle down for presents to be delivered to Moscow. But that was how we knew technology. We knew we could launch a missile and the rocket motor stay ignited. We didn't know if one could ignite outside the atmosphere. So in 1955, the Air Force bid out a second contract for the Titan I. And the Titan I was okay, if the Atlas fucks up in development, we'll have this on development as well. And it was a 2-stage rocket or missile. I'm going to get yelled at because I'm going to interchange those this whole time. It was a 2-stage missile, so you would have your first take you up into the atmosphere, and then the second take you through the outside the atmosphere portion to deliver the reentry vehicle, which means you could lift heavier loads because you'd lose the second half of your missile.
Presents like Costco.
You had a big, very,
presents.
More presents.
Very large presents.
More presents, plus the presents are like ideally moving even faster, you know.
We are going to be so good at surprises.
My take on the whole rockets versus missiles distinction is that rockets are just missiles with better PR.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the tyranny of the Santa's sleigh equation. Sounds like you're just using reindeer to bring up reindeer.
So the big thing about the Titan I, was the idea that it would be fueled in the silo, so that the Atlases were all quickly rushed into production and into delivery, to where they were like, the one on the left is in a coffin above ground. So if you get surprised with your present early, the missile, the coffin, and everything gets wiped off the face of the earth before you can send the missile back to deliver your present. But the idea with Titan was you could fuel it on the stand and then raise it out of the silo and then launch it once it's out of the silo.
The advantage of this being that it's a bit hardened, I suppose.
Very hardened, yeah.
Okay.
The difference being,
if I want to throw my present at this in order to like stop you from using it to launch a present at me because of how much I love you, then you would have a harder time, and maybe we'll both get presents.
So I wanted to point out two things with the Titan I. Is one of the most famous shots of a rocket exploding, a missile exploding, is that the Titan I at Cape Canaveral, seen on the right, well, that's not Cape Canaveral, but the missile on the right is on the stand. It fires its motors, lifts off about 2 feet, and then collapses back onto the pad because the motor's shut down, because one of the umbilicals for the electrical connections didn't detach. So it was like, oh shit, it's actually not time to go, and shut down the motors. So
yeah, this is kind of what it's like when I like try to get out of a chair.
Yeah.
Listen, I
making a creaking noise, just a really loud.
I've started going to talk therapy, and I've been working on executive dysfunction, so I understand this missiles problem.
So I also wanted to point out, so they took these and they put them in underground hardened silos, but because they were liquid oxygen fueled, they were like your standard NASA rocket, for those of you that don't know anything about this. It's like your NASA style rockets where it's liquid oxygen and fuel. So you had to fuel it on the pad in the silo and then lift it out, which took about 15 minutes. You couldn't store the propellants on board the missile. So they would leave it in the hole, raise it, and then fire it after it was fueled. So it was on an elevator, right? The problem with that is that it had to lift the fully fueled missile out of the hole to launch it. And
should have built a missile escalator.
On the first attempt to test that elevator, they fuel it, bring it out of the silo, everything's great. They go to put it back down and the brakes fail. So the missile goes careening back down to the bottom of the silo. It hits the bottom.
Kind of like me trying to climb a flight of stairs.
You'd think during Operation Paperclip we would have grabbed a couple of the German elevator guys.
Yeah, Tyson Krupp. I'm looking your way.
Elijah Otis would be ashamed.
Look, I'm just saying.
This is very like
basic.
A bitch.
So it blows up. Obviously, it blows up. And it launches the service tower there on the left 100 feet in the air out of the silo, and that goes right back down into the hole, I'm told. So self-contained.
Does it get one of those hole-in-one mini golf celebrations and you get a free round?
Technically winning a game of caber toss with a nuclear weapon.
Right.
That would be an entertaining subject for a bowling alley, strike animation.
So
do you think the service tower getting into the air was like sort of having the like anglerfish dying on the beach I might never have known thing of being the only one of its kind to see from above 100 meters in the air?
I think if I had watched that happen in live, like if I were there on the site watching it, I would have burst out into so much hysterics. I would have been fired on the spot.
Yeah.
They should have sent a podcaster.
Yeah.
all of these tests, I would have been the same way. Yeah. We have even more to talk about. So I just wanted to point out, if you've driven down I-75 through Georgia in Cordele, you have seen one of these. There's one sitting to the right of the highway because the local Rotary Club wanted one in the 60s. And they just got one.
That's funny.
Sure, man.
I'm mad. I didn't get one, but the fucking town of Cordele, Georgia got one. It's not fair.
What is
there's your problem field trip. We're gonna go steal a missile, boys.
This will show. I love the idea of a nuclear armed Rotary.
If you had told me a couple of years ago, or even a couple of minutes ago, that we would be plotting an expedition into Georgia to steal a town's monument and take it down, I would not have guessed it would be a nuclear missile.
Putting up statues of Sherman that just like hold this L engraved in beautiful script.
What is a crystal with a K, and is it good?
White Castle, and
it looks like it's in the Supreme font. William T. Sherman would have loved nuclear weapons. I think we can be clear about that. He would have lit one of those off as soon as look at one.
The South would have rised again in a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, it would have risen several thousand feet in the air and come down as a fine powder. Yes.
Oh, we should have nuked Lee.
I think it's important to articulate William T. Sherman within a grand American military tradition of psychos, and yeah, he would have done it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Yes.
Savannah would have been rendered into how do I say, fine mist.
All right. So the Titan I was rushed, and it only lasted in its alert life for 3 years. They built a bunch of these silos, put the missiles in them, and from 1962 to 1965, they worked. They sat there. Why so short, you say? Well, that's because of, next slide, please. During development of the Titan I, like early in development, the designers were like, well, why don't we just use a propellant that can be stored, and then we can put it in the silo and just launch it from the silo if it'll survive.
What if we had a shelf-stable missile?
See, exactly.
Okay, that actually is really helpful for me. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So we go from coffee can to coffee can full of bacon fat.
Yes.
Are we not supposed to be pouring that down the drain?
No, you like a good Southern cook. You have a coffee can.
Yeah, probably. This is my nuclear missile. It runs on grease fires.
Yeah, exactly. That's where you put the bacon fat. You store it on top of the stove.
Excuse me, in transsexual households, we use a pickle jar.
Average Moscow civilian, year 1965, being like, what smells so good? Atomized.
Oh, it's just peppers and onions.
So we get the Titan II, the LGM 25C, which is what the deployed version was. It went in service in 1962. Why do you say that this went in service?
Does that display behind it call it a Sentinel of Freedom? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Almost certainly.
Yeah. Welcome to the National Museum of the United States Air Force.
Oh shit, that is the missile I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. It is time for me to go to the Psycho Museum.
Oh,
Let me
it's
in. I want to see
horrifying. I love it.
I used to volunteer there.
Victoria,
I don't think I'll be allowed back.
Victoria knows this. I love a machine of evil, right? Like, because she has seen me at the National Museum of Flight. In fact, has posted a photo of me at the National Museum of Flight with an Avro Vulcan holding a plushy Avro Vulcan. So
that's adorable.
It was really cute.
I'm willing to
it was
commit to the...
It was so funny because like Nova and I were both like, oh my god, this is the sexiest killing machine ever devised. And my wife is looking at me like, you're both sociopaths. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's a weird way to talk about the A-10 Warthog.
You either have the psycho gene or you don't, right? Like, my wife notably doesn't, and so she was there with Antigone as well, being like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you looking at this machine whose job was to deliver presents to Moscow really quickly under the Russian air defense system and saying gender or this is me actually or real or things of that nature?
Because you are a conscientious person who wants to deliver thoughtful gifts to your friends very quickly.
Yeah, that's so true.
Anyway, you would okay. Just as a quick sidebar, the Museum of the United States Air Force is like one of those museums that is completely unaware of how evil it is. It's kind of like it's another level from even like the British museums in London, where they're, instead of being like, yeah, we got this stuff, what about it? They're like, check it out. This is Boxcar. This plane killed 80,000 people. This shit's so cool, with like bald eagles on the infographic. And you're just like, oh my god.
They got American flag truck nuts hanging off Boxcar.
Yeah, it's insane.
Courtesy of the red, white, and blue just blaring left and right.
I went there when I was like 15 years old, and this is before I had developed any ideology, and I was still fully a homeschooled altar boy. And I was like, this seems a little off to me.
That's before they made the place woke. I just have a vision,
right? I have a vision of the Museum of the Air Force where you go in and it just has in 14-foot high engraved letters on a face of granite, bombing is an effective means of effectuating political change on the ground, and no one has done anything about that for years.
Oh god, yeah.
This is what USAF officers actually believe.
Can we do like a live show there, you think?
You can rent the space.
There we go.
The foundation is willing to do anything for money.
Oh, we can do anything for money.
We gotta do the National Army Museum in London, because that's one of the only military museums in London that's like actively chudded. We can do a live show under the Lynx helicopter that's like balanced and looks like it's going to drop onto all of us like a hitman.
I want to do one at the Virginia Science Museum under the SR-71 they have hanging there precariously.
Actually, this is a great time to ask both Liam and Roz, you coming with me to the Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. to do a live show there?
Unfortunately, probably.
You are
going to the Freedom 250 Grand Prix.
You can get a plushie SR-71.
Oh yeah,
and I am.
Oh yeah.
Purchasing $24.99.
Hey, you have a job to do. Hey, get off eBay. Hey, look at me.
Liam.
Yes, ma'am.
Victoria told me that when you were on Trangilismo, you were listening to the baseball game at the same time?
No.
Basketball.
It was a basketball game, and it was our own bonus episode.
The Sixers are having a hell of a run right now.
They are.
Okay. Well, I'm still buying this SR-71.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Do what you gotta do. There's like 5 people on this podcast. It doesn't matter. We have fail safes. We can deliver gifts to anyone at any time. Look at Scooter's face right now.
We have 29 more slides to go.
Does not matter. Fuck and you, bud.
Rock added like 6.
I got all night. Sixers aren't on until 7. I'm gonna watch it on mute. I don't give a fuck.
I think it's probably fine for me to spend as long as I want recording this.
Okay, so the Titan 1 was used to test the Titan 2 silo launch concept. So they stuck one in a silo, launched it, didn't destroy the fucker, so they decided to build the Titan 2. It went in service in 1962 alongside the Titan 1 because we're psychopaths and we had to have as many missiles as possible in the Cold War.
I don't understand this logic. It's just like we had this ready to go, but we just more is more.
We cannot allow a bomber gap.
We couldn't have a missile gap.
All right, Henry Kissinger Oz.
Post 1957, we couldn't have a missile gap, so why not have more? The only thing that stopped it was Robert McNamara. He came in and said it's just too damn expensive to have both these online.
It's the Cold War. How is anything too expensive?
It's mind-boggling when you read about this shit and you hear the word too expensive and not enough in the same sentence. But whatever. They took the Titan ones offline because they could have 54 of these and then all of the Minuteman missiles, and when I say all, I mean 1,000 of, which are solid fueled, up in the north, and then they put these out in the desert not the desert, but the central US, because we'll talk about later, everything had to be kept the same temperature, liquid fuel. This was the largest missile we ever fielded at 9 megatons with the W-53 warhead. Last episode, we talked about the B-53 warhead, which was the one that went down Cumberland, Maryland, and the sheriff stood on to look at the wreck site. Even though the Titan II was liquid fueled and harder to operate, it was kept online because it was a third of the megatonnage of all of our weapons, all of our missile systems. So it was 54 missiles out of 1,000, but it was a third of the power we had. Funny story, when they were building it, they couldn't figure out how to weld the aluminum, so they came up with a process in Baltimore and brought it over to Colorado where they were building these. It's one of those, I really think the Bug Company should have been involved because they've learned to weld anything. But they figured out how to do the impossible to weld aluminum.
Aluminum is very annoying to weld, having done it unsuccessfully 2 or 3 times.
Absolutely. And a weird aluminum's even harder.
Well, no pressure though, because it's only on a missile.
Only an intercontinental ballistic missile with a 9 megaton warhead on top. Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
And hypergolic fuels holding it all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing about it is it has an AC spark plug internal guidance system. So General Motors put OnStar on it.
This reminds me of when my girlfriend got one of those Cube Max, and I found out one of the last like water cooled ones, and she cracked it open and it had a Delphi parts sticker on it. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, Delco built the second guidance system, but you know what's crazy is the one they put in 1978 was also the guidance system used on the 747.
Wow.
What?
Yep. The only difference between the two is you would leave the one on the missile on all the time, where obviously the one on the aircraft would get turned off. But it was the same thing.
You know, I mean, if it works, it works.
If it works,
exactly.
It works.
Yeah.
Does this mean that the Soviets were justified for Korean Airlines Flight 007?
Why not?
Sure.
That is not a serious viewpoint. Don't yell at me.
It's a take we could start having for fun, I'm sure.
Yeah, because James Bond was on it.
Yeah, that's a legitimate military target.
So it had a LR87 stage 1 motor, which is that 2 double bell one that we'll see more of. And then LR91 stage 2 motor, which all Titans had. Just a little fun fact. And also it had 3 target. You could target it for 3 locations and 3 locations only. So you had 3 buttons, and you get told by Strategic Air Command which to push in the silo, and that's it. You just let it roll after that. So
what if you have a friend in a 4th location?
Fuck them.
That needs a gift.
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
They don't get a present today, unfortunately.
Sucks to suck. No presents for you.
Hopefully, one of your compatriots in a different silo will send them a present.
Yeah, you have to have pre-planned all of your gifting, which, again, as we know, is a real problem.
People were really thoughtful back then. I mean, this is a lot of work.
This would make Christmas with a polycule so much easier.
I mean, like, for giving gifts, like, put me in the warhead of one of these. I could get to the polycule way faster, you know?
I'm here! And then Central London is up.
In some ways, I feel more relaxed about the prospect of getting Gravity's rainbowed to the polycule than I do flying commercial.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because we don't have high-speed rail and can't take trains to lesbians in other states, we've had to develop an interstate ballistic missile system to launch Twitter lesbians at each other.
Next slide, please. So you've seen this before. This is probably the most famous missile, in my opinion. It's been on Fallout 76. War Games, the movie with Matthew Broderick where scary shit happens. Half-Life, in I think all of the Half-Lives, the model for it's really shitty in the first one. You've got Gemini Titan, which is what sent astronauts into orbit to do the tests for the Apollo program. And my favorite is Venture Brothers. They use the model for What Goes Down Must Come Up. Rusty rides it. Yes.
God, I love that show.
I was making
That's a great show, yeah.
I was making this presentation and this slide was made. And I was watching the episode and had the like Leonardo DiCaprio like moment. So I had to change everything in this slide to fit it. And also I think that screen cap's illegal, but don't ask. So but yeah, it's been in everything. And I'm sure I'm missing 20 different uses. So
yeah, catch me bouncing around the divide in New Vegas Lonesome Road, lighting off warheads off of this thing.
That's one I missed. They used the same model. It's that one too.
Yeah, of course they do, because of the economy or whatever.
It's all Titan 2s. It's forever. It's the best rocket. We made it.
We don't need to make it again.
Fuck off. It's a Titan 2.
Next slide. So how does it get in the air? And Roz, you might have to help me with how this works because I didn't do chemistry. I didn't like chemistry. It has stable liquid fuel instead of solid fuel, which is what the Minuteman uses, or cryogenic liquid fuel, which is what the Titan 1, the Atlas used. It used Aerozine 50 as a fuel, and then unsymmetrical
dimethylhydrazine.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What if hydrazine was worse?
Yeah,
what if hydrazine was worse for
let's
you?
add 2 methyls to the hydrazine, obviously, right?
That's what Aerozine 50 was hydrogen and dimethylhydrazine. The oxidizer
sounding better and better. Hell yeah. I can't wait to deliver my petrochemical gifts to my
I was going to say that
not to put Drake's well on this slide.
The launch cloud there looks delightfully yummy to breathe in.
Well,
Oh yeah,
bright orange
That's
smoke.
that is turning you to Swiss cheese. Your lungs are gonna look
That
bad. Just bad.
3 seconds of that is equivalent to a lifetime of American Spirit turquoises.
I smoke reds. Yeah, well, I smoke stable liquid fuel.
Smoking Marlboro Orange. Smoking Marlboro Red Fuming.
The orange comes from the nitrogen
tetroxide.
That one.
Yeah. So this is
oxidizer.
I guess the idea here is, okay, so combustion, right, as a concept. You are taking some kind of organic molecule that you might find in, I don't know, wood, or, you know, in like what's another thing that burns? Coal.
Toast.
Toast. Yes.
You have a stroke.
And it has combustion is when it, with the presence of heat, it reacts with something with oxygen, right? Such as the air, right? And it produces CO2, carbon dioxide, and it produces H2O, which is water, right? So when I'm, you know, and also produces, of course, energy. Now, so when I have a rocket, a missile, right? I want to do toast, but a lot more, right? So I need my bread is the fuel, right? You know, in this case, I don't know what hydrazine is offhand. Something terrible, I'm sure.
Horrible, yeah.
Yeah. But then I have, you know, the air is not enough. Number one, because it's a rocket, it's going outside the atmosphere. But number two, even then, it's still not enough. So I have nitrogen tetroxide, which I didn't look this up, but I'm going to assume that's a nitrogen with 4 oxygens on it, with some kind of horrible bond on it, really difficult to achieve chemically. But that's like, you know, that as an oxidizer, that's way more efficient than just oxygen. This is a molecule that wants to die.
Who amongst us?
and if given the opportunity in the presence of, you know, your horrible fuel, it will go off with a bang. So yeah.
Yeah,
wonderful.
This is a hypergolic fuel. You don't need to ignite it. It goes off spontaneously in contact.
Yep. But the fuel is explosive at 2% concentration. So it's like,
that's not a lot of percent.
Very spicy.
In fact, I would say that's the second smallest number of percent there is.
That's okay as long as you have more than that.
So
just displace the oxygen, you're fine.
So there's, in the first stage, 163,000 pounds of Aerozine 50 and 85,000 pounds of the oxidizer, because I can actually say that. And then the second stage has 28,000 pounds of fuel and 49,000 pounds of oxidizer. That's straight from the book. I've checked it twice. If that's a error, my bad.
No, that would be the book's bad.
Oh, here's a fun fact about hydrazine I just discovered.
Don't like this.
So the recommended exposure limit is 0.03 parts per million in 2 hours. The odor threshold is 3.7. So,
tasty,
spicy. Actually, not spicy.
No, if it
not
becomes
spicy at all, yeah.
then
you're already dead.
What?
Yeah, you've already. Yeah, you've already died.
What is the Scoville rating of hydrazine?
doesn't even have the decency to clear the sinuses before you die horribly.
keeping a small bottle of hydrazine in my purse in case the food doesn't come out sizzling enough.
I like to put it on my fajitas.
That's what they call the
when the fairies come out hypergolic and it's just a photo of you being blasted against a wall.
You're all familiar with buffalo wings,
yes.
correct?
Oh,
the hydrazine special is that's the Love Canal wings.
That's why the Mexican restaurant is called Mi Pueblo number 3, because number 1 and number 2 were blown up by hydrogen explosions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're ever in where the fuck were we? Springfield, Kentucky.
Springfield, Kentucky. Yes.
Yeah, highly recommend Mi Pueblo number 3.
Yeah. Well, howdy, Sheriff.
Howdy, Sheriff. We don't need to tell that story on air. Keep it moving.
So they did test launches at Cape Canaveral, and then they moved them to Vandenberg Air Force Base for the integrating with the silo. Fun fact, in 1976, they launched the last one of these because they had run out of missiles.
How?
They were all, the last remaining were part of the recycling program and in the silos. They stopped making them in the 60s and stopped making the parts in the 70s. This becomes important later.
This is a parts missile, actually.
So I included this slide just to give us an overview of the silo.
Project Missile ran when parked.
This was something I didn't really understand from the command and control book, was the actual layout of the missile silo.
Does it make a little more sense now?
Well, I haven't had time to read all the labels. Well, there's a lot of leaders on here.
Fair, but the big thing, and we'll see it in other slides, is you have a doorway in the middle that goes downstairs and then goes to a split hallway with 2 blast doors. Go to the right, you go into the missile silo. Go to the left, you go into the command center.
I love to go into the rejuvenation area.
The only thing I can think of looking at this diagram is under most U.S. zoning laws, this kind of mixed-use walkable urbanism is illegal.
It's such a problem that like bunkers are like such a pain in the dick to maintain. Like man was not meant to live under the ground, not least because like, do you know how like a toilet works? For one thing. Like, because I would love to live in a bunker. I would love to live beneath the ground, you know? And we decommissioned a bunch of these.
This looks like such a cool like hangout spot. Like movie night with the girls here would just hit different.
You could stuff this thing with a polycule and like it would be cool.
You could stuff this thing with a polycule is just a hell of a sentence.
I said stuff.
Oh, I heard stuff.
Donald Fagen recorded a track about this. Yeah.
I like the idea of polycule
just
staff.
Like the polycule moves in and we have to add one extra label that says chore wheel.
Where's the Plex server go?
Oh my god, Luna, I told you it was your turn to clean the fucking rejuvenation area.
Who has custody of the keys? That's the real question.
Right?
The Doms, obviously.
The one top. Yeah.
The two people who hate each other the most. That means Actually, that might not work. They might mutually decide to end it all.
Oh, fuck this, I'm out. And that's what you get for not taking out the trash, baby.
The good news is that there's an escape hatch, which I think really lends itself to any habitation. I love when my house has one of those.
That becomes relevant later. Yeah.
What? Oh.
Very relevant. Yeah.
Does the rejuvenation area become relevant later?
Yes.
I'm still not seeing this rejuvenation area.
So it's if you go dead center, beneath platform 2, decontamination shower, decontamination area, rejuvenation area. So it's like laboratory. Like you get out, you decontaminate, and then you rejuvenate.
You rejuvenate. Okay, yeah. No, I think this was a mod for The Sims.
I would have played the fuck out of The Sims, like Titan Silo DLC.
So I have 3 friends. Okay, maybe not friends, but 3 people I know.
You have 3 friends? My God.
But I know 3 people that have silos. One has a Titan 1, one has an Atlas, and one has a Titan 2 command center.
Will one of them let me in to take pictures?
I'm sure I could get the non-hyper Republican one to do it.
Yeah, that's fair. That'd probably be a problem for me.
Republican one, sell me the silo.
Yeah, the ones for sale for like 900,000. So podcasting.
I don't have
silo.
That though. So
can you imagine the audio quality though?
5 years. So I mean, they might take lower offers.
Yeah,
I have on me like £25.
Well, we know that you have $25 less because you bought the plushie SR-71 earlier in the episode. So that would have been the difference.
This is gonna financially ruin me.
Are you aware that on AliExpress.com you can buy a 120 centimeter tall Dongfeng 5C in ICBM plushie?
Ooh.
I need you to drop the link for that right now.
You get a choice of a Dongfeng 61 or a Dongfeng 5C. So like,
I don't know my Dongfengs that well, so this doesn't really help me very much.
Oh,
is this what it sounds like when I talk about cars?
Here is a thing I am looking at here in the silo. Right, we have the missile. Then we have the diesel fuel tank right next to the missile.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't know what happens when that launches. And then behind
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess so. We also have the diesel fuel slop tank, which is, I assume, another name for our podcast.
So there's 54 of these built for hundreds and hundreds of millions of $1960 per silo in Kansas, Arkansas, and Arizona. The one we're focusing on today, well, there's multiple, are the Arkansas and Kansas silos. So think very Midwest.
It's cool that in order to like stuff one of these, you have to be deployed to some of the most miserable places on Earth.
Yep. A lot of
Did they have one in Minot?
Minot?
Oh yeah, I've only read it on an Amtrak sign.
Canada must capture North Dakota in order to rename it and repronounce it.
That's where all the Minutemans are instead of these.
It's actually pronounced Minuteman.
Throw myself off my third story house. But the funny story, the guys that operated the Titan IIs called the Minuteman missiles BBs because they're low yield, and the Titan IIs cannonballs. So
that's grim. I like that.
I like the idea of a cannonball run as the launch.
That would be cool. We should organize a road rally where you just drive to every extant Titan missile launch site.
That'd be cool. Go to all the Minuteman ones in North Dakota and have the security forces chasing you the whole way.
Yeah. In a Volkswagen GTI.
Trying to do the Scientology run thing. Now hold on just a goddamn second, because I'm on the next slide, right? And if we go to this, I need to know why the blast doors above this silo have the fucking OpenAI logo on.
That's not the OpenAI logo. That's the bicentennial flower from 1976.
Yep.
In all my research, I couldn't find why they did this on this silo, but they put the
because
flower.
it was the bicentennial.
Sure.
Yeah.
NASA did it to the building, to the vehicle assembly building, so why not we put it on the silo? Yeah. Perfect sense.
My country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty of the Isaac.
Nearer, my God, to thee, but it's just like, look at the flower.
So this is your top side of the complex, of the silo specifically. And you have trailers outside, which are called they're on the hard stands, which is concrete pads that you pull up. The trailer's full of the evil bad shit. So you have
must
one
be
for
cool
fuel.
To like go stand in the middle of the OpenAI logo and know that you are on the crosshairs of where another ICBM is aimed. Because like you can't really know for sure many other places exactly.
Right.
But this one, you just be like, yeah, I'm gonna
This
go
is the
like make
gift
snow
portal.
angels there.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited for the present. They might give me something nice. You know,
Ooh,
like,
a first edition.
well, you know, now that I'm getting older, I'm like excited for like socks and underwear and things like that. You know,
if it's a Minuteman silo, it's like the fastest ride in the country because of the door getting flung off the top before the missile comes out. Actually, we'll get to that later. Never mind. I shouldn't talk about that. But anyway, there's trailers topside for extra fuel, extra oxidizer that are connected down to hard tanks down to the missile. In 1978, so this is 16 years after the first Titan II was put online. The Damascus site, 374-7, which is the site we're talking about today, had an oxidizer leak from a topside trailer. So one of these guys, because the heater got stuck on and boiled the oxidizer, creating a big plume when the vent went off. Killed a bunch of cattle, makes the local sheriff sick because he was trying to evacuate people because the Air Force didn't say shit to him. He just saw the cloud and was like, orange cloud, bad. Probably should solve that. And made everybody nearby not really think the Air Force had their shit together since they didn't say anything about it.
Very, very funny to like establish sort of local rapport by poisoning the sheriff.
Yep.
a hell of a job to make rural Arkansas not trust the military.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed because this is the kind of shit we usually do to other countries. We put our military bases in. Doing it domestically is like kind of impressive.
Cold War speed run, yeah.
Well, a nuclear missile has never killed a single foreign national, but it's killed a hell of a lot of Americans. So, on that note,
that's a beautiful statistic and one that could invert instantly.
Yeah,
this should be the funniest / worst Devin text update for when this episode was recorded we've ever done.
Hold on, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back.
You know, this is not a show to do if you have an anxiety disorder or OCD.
That's crazy because I think every host has an anxiety disorder.
Yeah, well, maybe we shouldn't for a living do the podcast that makes you feel bad.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? Is like I started a podcast that was supposed to make me feel better, and then it turns out everything's so bad that it makes me feel bad. Like, I this is a total like non sequitur or whatever. But I've been talking about that stupid IndyCar race they're doing in Washington D.C. as like a joke. And then today they released a bunch of like white nationalist propaganda through the official IndyCar merch store. And it's like, damn, it sure feels like my personal has become political or vice versa.
It does kind of, it is sometimes that bad. Yeah. But I worry that that's giving me
it's really a good bit to be like a car enthusiast and be like, whew, finally a contextless thing for me to focus on as an American, first of all. But then also at the same time has gas at $7 a gallon. Scooter, you appear to like, well, I'm not sure what you're doing.
The Titan Missile Museum just got back to me right now.
Oh shit, can I go take pictures
podcast.
There?
It is simply time for all of us to go to North Dakota.
No, Tucson, Arizona, but that's not the thing. I have got to thank this guy. I have been looking for, ever since Roz and I talked about doing this, months, literal months. I posted on Twitter. I've just everywhere trying to find the size of the socket that is the focus of today's podcast.
10 millimeter.
That was going to be the joke until I got it. But everything says 8.75 pounds. Everything. Every book, every person. I asked multiple people I interviewed, and the ones that remembered were like, yeah, it's 8.75 pounds. I'm like, that is not a socket size that is a weight.
You all right there, bud?
I'm back with more coffee.
Roz, they got back to me. I got the size of the socket.
Really?
Yeah, I just got the email like now.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Yeah.
That's the most important piece of information in the podcast.
I'm just gonna put this photo in the Discord here.
Uh-oh.
I love that.
I'm actually gonna buy that plushie missile to go with my plushie, or my not plushie Buron.
This is like an advanced blahage.
This is what all the trans girls who work at Lockheed cuddle with to sleep.
Oh God.
We see you, our very specific audience.
Yeah. That comedian can't make fun of you. Only we can make fun of you.
That's true. This is what I believe. Yes.
All right. So now that Rob's is back, can we continue on?
Yes.
No.
Damn it.
No, we're stuck here forever.
So the silo is pictured. There you go. That's what it looks like when it's about to ship your presents to your friends.
It's a hole in the ground.
It's a butthole.
It's a hole in the ground with rails. And it has,
is that how your butthole?
America's
That's how your butthole works. It has a big like cover that slides off.
Yeah, it's like like I'm constantly wearing a pair of footy pajamas, man.
And it's got the bicentennial flower on it.
Yeah, those bling butts they sell for cats that you can put on their tail and it covers their butthole with like a sparkler thing. Yeah, it's like that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You've never seen that?
No.
Oh,
No.
It's so stupid. It's so good though. It's a little sparkly thing for your cat's butthole.
What does the cat think of that?
What do you care? It's a cat.
It's cat.
It hates
Bert
it.
gets equal input in all household decisions. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dewey's just staring at me mad because I said that.
Hinged butt plug is not a thing I thought I would ever come up with, but like this. Lambo doors.
Oh my.
So anyway, the silo door is on rails that's lifted up by hydraulics and then pushed over. Unlike Minutemen that launch the door out of the way and just fling it because, use once for obvious reasons, I hope. I argue that makes the Titan II an EMD because it's got General Motors guidance system and it's on rails.
It's a train.
It's a train. Yeah.
It's a train. So while we're on this slide,
consult Garrett's chart.
While we're on this slide, there's two other incidents we need to talk about with the Titan II's history. In 1965,
remember when they detonated the gadget barn at Trinity?
Too far back. In 1965, while they were upgrading a silo with the missile still in it, fueled, but the warhead removed because there were civilians on site, they were welding, is what the Air Force says, but not welding if you ask the guy that was in the silo. And a hydraulic line burst or got sprayed with sparks and set the missile silo on fire. 2 people survived, finding their way out by luck, I guess is the best way to put it, while 53 guys died.
Jesus Christ.
Mainly of smoke inhalation, but some were like burned into the silo.
That's no way to die in a hole in the ground in a sort of ending the earth weapon.
No, it's completely undignified. It's awful. But the missile that was in the silo at the time was missile 62666. This becomes important.
Hail
later.
Satan.
Or 0006.
You know, Satan is the code name of a Soviet ICBM. Was the reporting name.
So
yeah, NATO just gave those. They were just handing out whatever they felt like.
It's like, yeah, this one's really bad. They probably won't make a worse one.
Reporting name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, somebody else deciding for me to call me a faggot. Anyway.
Victoria.
Jesus.
I only know the civilian airliner ones.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Maintain your innocence.
No cis people are allowed to refer to the MiG-15.
One of the helicopter ones is the hormone, which I approve of.
Ooh, that'd be a good next tattoo.
I identify
I literally
as
suggested
an
this
attack
to you
helicopter.
I think you may have, yeah. All right, well, next time we hang out, let's just go get tattoos together. Get matching Soviet aircraft.
Hell yeah!
Oh, I want to go.
That rules. Especially since it's a Kamoff KA-25, which is one of the cool like bug-looking Navy ones.
Ooh, yeah.
So to ruin the mood, the silo was put back in service within a year, but a lot of the burns were still there. They didn't paint over all of them.
Ugh, come on, man.
Don't mind like the guy silhouettes.
The guy-sized hole in the wall. Yeah. This is my hole. It was made for me. Right.
This is ruining the rejuvenation area.
So later on in 1976,
it's not working. That guy's still dead.
Jesus. In 1976, we go back to Complex 374-7. Mechanical maintenance team was sent into the silo to clean hydraulic fluid off a missile from a burst hydraulic line. To do that, they used the industry standard, as I've come to find out, Freon 113. They'd spray it on a rag
CFCs.
and wipe it down. You know, what is now probably like $1,000 to $2,000 a jug. They were just spraying on rags and wiping the aluminum down. But they were taking the rags they were wiping everything with and just dropping them down to the bottom of the silo where the launch duct was. That vents the. Oh, I mean
that's a downstairs problem.
Well,
that's somebody else's problem. Yeah.
No, because one of those guys had to go get it, right? So he goes down in the very bottom of the silo where there's fairly low air movement because it's a nuclear missile silo, and just falls to the ground. Gone.
Ooh,
Jesus.
Ooh. Okay.
The other guy goes down and starts smelling fumes and leaves. What happened was it was fucking Freon in an enclosed space.
Yep, it sounds about right.
Guy inhaled it, ran out of oxygen, died. The investigation shows they had used 2.5 gallons of Freon.
Jesus Christ.
Threw it
I think I'm beginning to understand how the hole in the ozone layer maybe got there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I found out this is how they cleaned dark spots off of trains too.
This is
so
I gotta say, in terms of these kinds of incidents, the fact that the second guy wasn't like, I'm gonna go save that guy. He definitely saved some lives.
Yeah.
Oh,
he tried and then was
starting
like,
with his own.
Yeah. Usually 3 or 4 guys go in before someone gets the picture.
Do not enter the confined space to rescue someone. The life you save may be your own.
You want to know how they fix this? They were to log the use of how much Freon they used when they were cleaning, and were told not to throw rags in the launch duct anymore.
Good enough.
So
that would fix it.
You should probably
I was going to say you have to stop. You have to stop saying Kobe when you throw the rags coated in Freon down the missile silo. But this wouldn't even have been Kobe at the time. It would have been like a guy you've never heard of. It would have been like the thread about the old guy at the YMCA basketball game who's doing bank shots off your soul.
Bob
Cousy.
Will Chamberlain, right? I mean,
yeah.
I've heard of him, and I'm not a big hearing a British hearing a British woman say Kobe is very funny to me.
Yeah, Kobe.
Kobe.
It's one of my favorite pronunciations you've brought us.
Okay, next slide.
I'm sorry. Maybe if I listened to the basketball games during the recordings, I would be better at pronouncing the names.
I meant it in a charming way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
like
Kobe beef. Yeah, Kobe beef.
Yeah.
I was maybe confusing him with the beef. I'm sorry.
It's okay. He's, I think, named after the region of Japan, but I may have that wrong. I may have to drop. Corinne's having an allergic reaction, so if I just go dark, just
oh god, yeah, no, of course,
yeah. She
yeah,
had allergy shots today. I don't want to. Yeah, so
okay.
I'll do it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go as long as I can. Yeah, roll tide, buddy.
Yeah. Well, hope she gets better. That's awful. I hate when mine comes due.
Yeah. Okay. Let's roll, and then if I need to drop, I need to drop.
Understood.
Okay.
So we have gone to the beautiful small town of Damascus, Arkansas. Population small. There's a grocery store and not much else. And I'm not talking then, I'm talking today. Just north of that, about where the flag is on the map there, is site 374-7. We've talked about
382 people.
Come to Damascus, see the scenic site 374-7. This sounds like the type of town that doesn't even have a restaurant where they do things a little differently.
Yeah.
Family is everything. Yeah.
They do. They have. We got both kinds of music, country and western.
They have a restaurant called Amigo Loco.
Amigo Loco?
Yeah. Amigo Loco Mexican restaurant. I bet this fucks.
Oh, I bet that's really good. Actually,
it is either the best. It is either the best restaurant you could possibly go to, or the absolute worst.
Oh, this is
having eaten at the one Mexican restaurant
about keeping a small bottle of hydrazine in my purse to put on the fajitas.
Good news. There's Damascus liquor right next to Sungas Propane.
Oh yeah.
Just in case you need a quick way out.
Oh yeah. Well, I ran through Damascus right before this, and it was dark, so I didn't see any of this shit. And that's unfortunate. I would have totally gone to the Mexican restaurant. Anyway, focus. So Damascus is just north of Little Rock, Arkansas. And at Little Rock is where the 308th Strategic Missile Wing is based. Which is the reporting base for all the missile crew. So you'd be based there, and then you get sent out to the hole. I always
forget that like they don't have like they're geographically dispersed by design, but it's not like on the grounds of one big base. It's like there's a base, and then they just send out just some guys, you know?
Yeah, it's like the silo is like a 3-acre property with a fence around it, and that's it.
You got to drive there in your car.
Yeah, well, that's what they did. They drove out in like Suburbans and shit with said Air Force on them. I want one really bad, like a blue Suburban with yellow lettering on the side from like 1976.
Ooh, okay, cool. Okay,
that'd be pretty cool.
Blue lights on top. Oh god,
that was the world's hugest car back then, and now it's barely the size of a Mini.
Still gets 7 miles to the gallon though.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
my most macho vehicle I ever had was a Suburban with the 454 in it, and unfortunately for as blue-haired and pronounced as I am, that thing fucking ripped. That got 9 miles a gallon whether you were idling in traffic or pulling like an entire like super yacht behind you. It was awesome.
It's like a gas turbine.
You either have the psycho gene or you don't.
The Avro Vulcan of domestic SUVs.
Yeah.
Speaking of having the psycho gene, next slide, please.
Oh, here we are.
So,
man, that guy sitting at the computers where it got the operator glasses.
Yeah, this is the combat crew.
He does, yeah.
This is not the combat crew for a silo, but this is like one of the class pictures of the guys that turn the keys and launch the missile. crew consists of 4 men.
To call that combat makes some deep sort of part of my soul revolt, you know?
I mean, when they turn the keys, it is combat. They are going into war.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
They are going to be evaporated right after they turn the key. It's
this to me is an Americanism. You know? What you're doing is not. Still more. It's not combat. It's something different.
What exactly were you supposed to do after you turned the key? Like, what was the protocol then?
Return to base.
Did they let you have a cigarette?
No, I talked to a guy. It was return. You were supposed to turn the key, missile go off, stand by for orders, but most of them had talked with upper management, and it was you were going to return to base and then get reassigned to another location because we were at war. The thought of returning to the nuclear missile base.
Yeah, like, I don't know, guys. I might give this a few minutes. Let's see what happens.
We can take a break. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, let's take a 30-minute break, everyone.
Nova, to your point, this is still more skin in the game than the average drone pilot has. So, like, I don't know what that says about modern American warfare.
It's a 4-man team, a commander, deputy commander, ballistic missile analyst technician, and a facility maintenance technician. So the last 2 guys, one knows about the missile and what the fuck it's doing and making sure it's ready to go.
And the other one knows where it is. I know this.
Bingo. The other one knows about the facility it's in and make sure it works. And that's it. That's all they do.
Oh shit, that is a really nice Suburban. Sorry, I just found
it. Hold on. Put the link in the thingy.
Oh yeah, don't worry. 4 guys driving one of these to work. Yeah, it's pretty good. There you go. It's in the Discord.
Oh, it's in the Discord. Okay.
We're gonna have to start. You're gonna have to start doing the Transgirlismo.
Yes.
Where you put all of the
the
images you refer to in the show notes. That does fuck.
Yeah,
we will do. But the thing is that this whips. This whips ass.
Just imagine rolling up to a live show, all of us in that.
Oh yeah, lights on. 2 people jump out the back. Oh God!
We all inexplicably have DOE carbines for some reason.
We're dressed. We're all dressed in RFCO suits.
If you told me I could get a DOE carbine out of it, I would come to America tomorrow.
I got a buddy, but anyway. So the launch procedure is really simple. It's you have 2 guys at 2 consoles, far enough away from each other that one person can't turn the keys. You turn the keys, the batteries get charged, the door opens.
Maximum arm length to be an SAC.
You're just like holding each other back, like not touching, can't get mad.
Can't
get mad.
But the batteries charge, the door opens, and the missile ignites its engines, sits for a second, builds up power, and then comes out of the silo. Takes about 58 seconds. Once the keys turn, it's gone whether you want it to be or not. Later on, we're going to hear a story about what happens when that procedure starts, but that's at the end.
You want to talk about jobs that are bad for people with anxiety and or OCD.
So watching the documentary, the guy one of the guys in this picture is just like the most nervous man I've ever seen. Now he went through this disaster, but like I can't imagine him having to turn that key. He's like, I would have done it. It's for our country. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't have stood up to do it. You look nervous. And I doubt he was different.
Can I just ask real quick?
Yeah.
What's with the fuck ass turtlenecks?
That was the uniform. That was the Strategic Air Command combat uniform.
Keeps you warm in the event of nuclear winter.
I thought those were neckerchiefs. My God.
No, I think it is neckerchiefs. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a scarf.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Americans are so
dandies.
Cool.
I love
it. About to annihilate the entire planet.
You don't have to hand it to us.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't give it to me.
Next slide.
We're the Boy Scouts who are going to kill everyone.
I do switch. Chicago typewriter.
Do you want some donuts after church?
Visual only gags, baby.
So, oh hey, I remember this motherfucker from Lonesome Road.
Yeah, same missile. So they would change these missiles out on a regular basis. Well, like every, I think it was 2 years. The one guy told me. I couldn't find it in a book. They would change these out just to recycle them, go through components, make sure the electronics were fresh, the batteries were fresh, etc.
Ooh, it's new missile day.
It's new missile day.
Still got that new missile smell. Yeah. You have been exposed to 3 ppm of hydrazine.
This is the time before, like, we had the cool transporter truck that was built out for all this shit. They just put it on a fucking flatbed semi and hauled it through the Midwest, which is wild.
It's before like the interstate was finished, so it's just going down the main street is some town.
Yeah, there's pictures of it. It was really hard.
River
not
City,
to just
Iowa.
Like,
you like this, you cousin fuckers?
I'm sorry. But yeah, they just brought a crane out and just like down in the silo you go.
Plop.
But so the complex we're at 374-7. So we're going to call it 47 from now on, so I don't have to say that every time.
What can we
just
47?
47. It had just completed a recycle 3 weeks before the date we're coming up on. Getting missile 62-0006. The same missile.
The one that killed like 50 people.
The missile didn't do it, but it was in the silo. It watched.
the missile that has seen men killed.
The missile knows where it is because it knows who it's killed.
So there's a site in Rock, Kansas that had just gone through a recycle in 1978. And when they went to go refill the missile with oxidizer, the hose that you put on the oxidizer plug shot off and started unloading oxidizer into the silo. The guys that were doing this work wore what are called refcos, and we'll get to a slide that has them next. And that is a rocket fuel handler's cover outfit. I need to look at the other slide. Coverall outfit, refco. It's a spaceman suit with a plastic visor.
It's your PPE for handling oxidizer and other horrible chemicals.
And Aerozine 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh wow, that fully is just like a spacesuit. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So these guys like go running out of the silo, and it's a whole story we don't have time for. Other guys die because they were left in it, and then they drug them back out. Another guy dies because he did that.
I just want to point out the sentence, we don't have time for that. An hour, 55 minutes, not yet through half of the slides.
I'm working on it. But anyway, they run out, go through the command center, and go up the escape hatch in their refco suits. This becomes important later. So our disaster starts here.
Yep, here we are, folks.
September 18th, 1980. The combat crew arrives that we saw earlier, and they're told that the stage 2 oxidizer tank has been fluctuating and is now low, which means the missile will have to be taken offline and not be able to go deliver presents in a hurry, which is bad. Strategic Air Command doesn't like that.
You never know when you have to. Your friend might be depressed and you have to give them a present.
Really surprise them. Yeah.
Well, and if you're ever not ready to deliver a present, then the real psychos at SAC get really mad at you.
Yeah, actually.
Well, and with Ronald Reagan about to assume power, like they had to be like, we gotta keep the missiles online, or otherwise he'll cut our funding to do Star Wars instead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, though. So also, they have to do a walk around the silo just to like inspect everything when they do a change out. And they notice that in the hard water tank, which is the fire suppression system's water tank. The tank float switch is stuck open, so somebody has turned the fill for the hard water tank off. So they add that to the maintenance checklist. This also becomes important later. Next slide. So now we get to the PTS team. This is the Propellant Transfer Systems team. They're the guys that wear the Refco suits, go out to the missile, and do the most dangerous job I could fucking think of working for the Air Force. Because spicy, very spicy fuel to play with.
This looks like looking at the kind of sweat on the inside of that guy's visor. This looks like one of the most miserable jobs in the Air Force as well.
Yeah,
these are the suits they wear to go into the back rooms.
Yes.
This is like all-time level of like recruiter technology, right? Is to go and like you could do almost anything in the Air Force. Smash cut to you are inside the fucking astronaut diaper suit, shielded again by like a millimeter of plastic from the chemical that kills you instantly, and you are in Arkansas.
0 for 4.
So
it is an Arkansas summer, and you are in this thing with no air conditioning. You are about to get the Purple Heart for on a
pontoon boat, Lake of the Ozarks. Yep.
So these guys like got fucked when they got in, but once they got in, they would all be like super close. Like these guys were all crazy, but like stuck with each other really hard.
Special brand of psychos.
Oh yeah, this is like the sort of like garrison of like a French Foreign Legion fort in the 1890s in like fucking Mauritania, you know?
So these guys are the special group of psychos because one of their favorite things to do as a prank would be to take a ping pong ball full of oxidizer and throw it into a bucket of fuel and watch the bucket explode while they were waiting to do
shit. Just guys being dudes. What's better than this?
They would also, if they had a guy they didn't like, he'd get like in his Refco suit, which is just like plastic. Like I've seen them at the Air Force Museum, and the one there, I wanted to get a picture, but I forgot to when I was there for the last presentation. Has like tape all the fuck over it. Like that thing must have ripped all the fucking time.
At this point, I realized that the minimum age limit for enlisting in the United States Air Force is 17 years old.
Oh, that becomes a factor soon.
Damn
it. So one of the other things they would do...
You can't trust a 17-year-old with a nuclear missile. Who can you trust?
It's true.
Yeah. One of the other things they would do is take a hose once the guy they hated got in his suit, stick the hose in him, and then slap his helmet on so he couldn't get out.
What the fuck? That's just fraternity level torture. That's fraternity torture.
Yeah, less hazing, more drowning.
Yeah.
Rush Pylam, I guess.
So to do any fuel work, you were supposed to go Category 1, which meant 2 guys in Refco suits going into the silo, and then 2 guys standing by outside the silo, and then 3 guys topside doing all the work with the trailers, and 1 crew commander.
Which of them are like throwing ping pong balls full of explosives into buckets of explosives?
The 3 guys up top.
Okay.
And you're just dodging them like
you just
duck and weave, baby. Duck and weave, baby.
So we're at the site. The oxidizer needs refueled or re-upped with nitrogen so that the tank's at the right pressure. So one of these PTS teams goes out, and the 2 guys that are picked to go downstairs are David Powell, who's 21 years old, and he's one of the two that are going Category 1. He's been on the job for 3 years. So he's been doing this since he was 18, sorry.
Yeah.
So the other guy that's going down with him is Jeffrey Plum, 19 years old, who is doing his on-the-job training.
Oh my God.
in the space.
Yeah, get the apprentice.
Are we the baddies?
A tale as old as time.
Get in there, pledge.
So it's September 18th.
Probably could have handled that at 19 years old.
It's September 18th, 1980, right. 3 p.m.
Everyone think about how you were at 19 years old. Could you have done this job?
No, I had the shakes all the time.
I don't remember because of the gender.
Because of woke is why.
So it's 3 p.m.
Quite literally, yes.
I was doing a redacted speed in my dad's Honda Civic I was borrowing. I did not have the frontal lobe development yet to adequately repair a missile, nuclear or otherwise.
At the age of 19, I was a pair of twink legs sticking out of a cloud of Marlboro smoke.
Yep. Not really a twink, but
hey,
yeah.
Baby. How's
Marlboro smoke
going?
So it's 3 p.m. They've been on the job because they were at a different site first. So they've been on the job for I think it's 6 hours at this point. They get to the silo and the
very sorry to interrupt.
Oh God.
Oh.
Hi, Gwen.
No, it's time.
I'm very sorry because I'm here with a very important announcement.
It's time. Yes, it's time.
I
was about to do it. Yes,
it's my beloved wife's birthday. So happy Nova!
Happy birthday, Nova!
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Why are we doing like a dirge? Happy birthday, dear Nova. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. I'm old now.
No, you're not.
Yes,
I just sent the present. You'll get it in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This will be, of course, dating the episode on account of,
we'll put a literal timestamp on that. Thank you for hijacking my work to celebrate me being old.
I am not in the remotest bit sorry.
I love you so much.
I love you too. Happy.
Thank you.
Can't say that on YouTube. Birthday.
Thank you. I love all of you too. Thank you for helping me celebrate my 20th birthday in style. I love doing the podcast.
It's they say 20 is the new 10.
Do they say that?
I met this guy. He has an island, right?
We can't be pedophiles.
Happy birthday. What did you get me? Oh, we got the entire podcast cancelled and your single largest source of income zeroed out overnight.
I should be very clear and say that we are not pedophiles.
Yes.
Thank you, Liam.
I got you.
Official stance of the podcast. Oh, God damn. If this is what being 35 is like, it fucking sucks. Jesus, take me back.
Nope. And the big hook comes out now. Oh, good. What are we, about halfway through?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't blame me about this taking long. It's not my fault.
This episode is so long that I was a year younger when we started.
Boom. Hi, it's Justin. So this is a commercial for the podcast that you're already listening to. People are annoyed by these, so let me get to the point. We have this thing called Patreon, right? The deal is you give us $2 a month, and we give you an extra episode once a month. Sometimes it's a little inconsistent, but it's $2. You get what you pay for.
It also gets you our full back catalog of bonus episodes so you can learn about exciting topics like guns, pickup trucks, or pickup trucks with guns on them. The money we raise through Patreon goes to making sure that the only ad you hear on this podcast is this one. Anyway, that's something to consider if you have $2 to spare each month. Join at patreon.com/WTYP pod. Do it if you want. Or don't. It's your decision, and we respect that. Back to the show.
Okay. All right. September 18th, 3 p.m. in 1980. The platforms won't lower in the silo, so they have to get the hydraulics techs out first. So these guys have to wait even longer to go into the silo. You know, their birthdays
just
are coming up. They want to get
boiling,
the fuck home.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So finally, the crew comes out on a helicopter with the parts to do it. They get the platforms to lower, and they get these Plum and Powell into the cableway of the silo to go pressurize it. Now, normally you're supposed to use a torque wrench. By the new technical order, which I'm not going to read, you have to use a torque wrench. That changed from using a ratchet and a socket that were inside the cableway that was part of the go kit, essentially, in case you needed to go into the silo and tighten something or do something in a hurry. The
Get
torque
it?
wrench.
Something?
The torque the torque wrench and the ratchet both have one of those little knobs that come out to hold the socket on.
Same.
Except on the ratchet that they're using, it won't lock. So they're not supposed to use this ratchet in the first place, but they do anyway because they've been out there forever. And at 6 o'clock-ish, they work their way towards the silo or the missile to take a dust cap off, to then be able to put the hose on to put nitrogen in the tank.
I love precision machinery where it's like, yeah, the dust cap needs a precision torque.
Yes. Well, because if you torque it more than 160 pounds, you rip the skin off the missile, apparently.
Well, you know.
Yeah, fun little
because
fact.
this is all made of like delicate and really welded aluminium.
Yep. Yeah, the Atlas had dime thick skin. Apparently this had nickel thick skin. I know that doesn't mean anything to you.
I don't. Yeah, sure. Explain this to me in real money.
Thicker by a little bit more. That's about it.
Yep. What is that in pence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Dime thickness.
You're asking the same person that doesn't know.
I like to think that I have some dime thickness personally myself, but you know, it's whatever.
I would say it's a 1/16 of an inch versus an 1/8 of an inch, but you also don't use freedom units, so I don't know what the fuck to do here.
1.35 millimeters. Okay, so UK coin thicknesses. This is riveting content, right? Well, actually, it's torque wrench.
Yes.
And you wonder why it takes so fucking long.
Exactly 160 foot pounds.
That is thinner than any coin currently issued in the UK.
Yeah, they're small.
That's crazy.
Put them on rail
tracks. That's why your money's worth more.
Yeah.
All right. So next slide.
What?
Roz, if you do the honors of reading the time.
So it's September 18th, 1980 at 6:30 p.m.
They're taking the dust cap off with the ratchet. One guy is holding the socket with his hand while the other's holding the ratchet on and pulling the lever. Powell pulls the ratchet off and the socket falls off the end of the ratchet. It hits the platform, rolls, and goes right between the missile and the platform.
God,
straight down.
I love the photo where the guys are posed looking exactly like they're both like, oh dang it.
Pal says over the silo radio, "Oh no," and that's the last thing he says until they get back in the command center.
Oh well, at least there's a subordinate clause there, you know.
I like how the riveting on the side is like Gothic cathedral windows.
So, about that socket, it's not a 10 millimeter. It is.
So they would never have found it then.
3 inches and 1/8 size socket, aka 8.75 pounds. This is a big motherfucker. Next slide, please. Roz, do you know what's funny?
What?
The socket I picked out for this picture,
yes,
is the same size. I got a 3 1/8.
That's a big socket.
It's a big motherfucker.
That's a big fucking socket. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to fuck with that. Yeah.
And they drop that down 80 feet. It hits the thrust mount and hits the side of the bounces up and hits the side of the missile.
Oops.
Big oops.
Uh-oh.
Previous slide, please. So the ring at the bottom.
The thing about the suits is any kind of suit like that, great opportunity for physical comedy, because even just the guy like bending over and looking down is just getting me in hysterics. Kind of just be like,
oh, that's not gone well.
No. So the picture in the center there is the actual, not the one that did the oopsie, because it probably is gone. But this is the same size at the Titan Missile Museum. So, old big motherfucker, pre-impact socket, you know.
Yeah, so, I was gonna say, could they take the Ugga Dugga to this?
Bad idea.
Supposed to use a torque wrench for a reason.
Tight's tight.
Yeah, tight's tight. So, next 2 slides, please. Sorry. So the commanders are in the control center, and all of a sudden the klaxon goes off. All the lights on the command console light up. Everything goes haywire. So they press the reset button, because when you're doing this kind of operation, you might let a little oxidizer out and the sensors pick it up. No big deal. They reset it and it all just comes right back on. And what's wild is, as this fuel's spraying out of the side of the missile from this impact, the fuel warning comes on, fuel in launch duct, and also the oxidizer in launch duct warning comes on, which...
Oh, but those 2 things react to each other explosive.
You can't, you can't do that. So they're like, hey guys, what's going on out there? And they're like, hey, we see a white cloud in here, without saying what happened.
I didn't do it.
Well, they don't say anything.
19-year-old move.
Exactly, though.
Yeah, it just sort of happened.
It just did that.
I don't know.
His head just did that.
So they come back into they get told to come back into the command center, and that's when they tell the commanders that, oh yeah, I dropped the socket. Oops, sorry.
Yeah. What happened? I dropped the socket. What? I dropped the socket.
Using the senior airman's full name so he knows he's in trouble.
Yeah. What did you? I dropped the socket. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So the fire also kicks on. The fire warning kicks on. This is important because vent fans won't run if the fire alarm's going off. And if there's vapor, if the fire alarms go off, the water suppression system goes off, which then turns the vapor alarms off, because you don't want to get water in the vapor detectors. So the fire suppression goes off, which means water is mixing with the fuel, which is diluting it, which is helping the situation currently. The combat crew commander is so pissed off that he didn't find out until about 30 minutes after this happened, that when they go to tell Strategic Air Command and the local commander, that he does a very catty thing and puts PAL on the phone instead of just telling them what happened.
Oh, so that's rough. Like you're like captain or your major or whatever puts the senior airman on the phone and is like, tell him what you did. Tell him what you did.
Is Powell the one who's the one who's 19?
No, Powell's the 21-year-old.
Oh, okay. Well, at least this one can have a drink afterward.
You just wait till your dad gets home.
So at 7 p.m., the fuel tank pressure for stage 1, which is the one leaking, is at 2.6 psi. The oxidizer tank is at 18 psi. Now, I read off both because the fuel tank is currently going down and is going to approach the negatives. That's bad because the missile can collapse. The oxidizer pressure is rising because temperature is going up because of the fuel in the silo, which means the oxidizer tank could potentially explode or pop the poppet valve, which is the emergency vent in case it gets too hot, touch the fuel vapor and explode. So because this is a giant clusterfuck with a missile, the missile potential hazard team is formed. And that's next slide.
The missile big oopsie reaction force.
Yeah.
This consists of Colonel John Mosier.
Just one guy still wearing the fucking astronaut suit, having to take this socketless wrench into more and bigger offices, just traipsing sadly down a corridor until he gets to this conference room, which is full of guys with stars on their shoulders.
What did you do, son?
I dropped the socket. I dropped it. I'm sorry.
You're gonna because we've had safety thirds that like junior enlisted have had some bad days at work. I don't know that they can be a lot worse than this.
So this...
Please let me take the suit off. I dropped the socket.
No, the suit stays on during sex.
Just imagining him outside sitting his Dodge Challenger, like ripping cigs, fucking grumbling at the ground, still sitting in the spacesuit.
I dropped the socket.
Just like trying to get the Marlboro Red to the face, but the visor keeps getting in the way. 6 hours later, he finally gets to take the suit off, and there's like a sort of a bucket's worth of piss and terror sweat coming out of it first. Smells like dog surgery as soon as you hit the zip.
Yeah, and that's just
sloshing.
That's just a normal 19-year-old smell.
Yeah, get the airman in here. Slosh, slosh, slosh. Sounds like he's wading through a river, which functionally he kind of is. I love my job.
I dropped the socket.
The saddest spaceman in the world.
Ground control to Major Tom, dude's just pissing.
Well, the good news, son, is you're going to get to wear a spacesuit. Ooh, you're not going to go up, though.
Quite the opposite, really.
Yeah. So the missile potential hazard team is formed, and that is the commander of the 308, which is there at Little Rock. This is now his problem to deal with. And he has to call everybody that has ever touched a Titan II to try and figure out what to do. Because the command team has found out as they've been going through the checklist to figure out how to stop a fuel leak, that there is no checklist to stop a fuel leak. So the hazard team's formed, and you have Colonel John Mosier, who's been on the job for 3 months and has never touched a Titan II. He was a Minuteman colonel. He was a Minuteman officer, so he understood the Minuteman system. You then also have Colonel Ben Scalorn, who's deputy chief of Titan missiles for the 8th Air Force. So this guy is he was there when they were building the silos. He's been on he's been in the Refco suits working on the missiles, and now he is the guy that understands them. This becomes important later because he's not happy during this whole ordeal.
No, I would not. I would also not be happy.
You also have Martin Marietta, who built the missile, and they're in Colorado with they call in their executive team and also their technicians to try and figure out what's going on. The executive team is surprisingly candid throughout this. I just want to remind everybody. Now, the guy that's not candid is Lieutenant General Lloyd Dick Levitt, Strategic Air Commander's Vice Commander.
Whoa. Yeah, how do you get the nickname Dick when your name is Lloyd? And I know the answer.
His middle name's Richard, but
no, that's stupid.
His
Lieutenant General Lloyd Asshole Levitt.
Well,
and his brother, fuckface.
I'm just thinking, you are a space-suited, piss-coated senior airman who has just become the problem of 2 colonels and a lieutenant general.
I dropped the socket.
And some multi-millionaire executives in Colorado. Now,
I would really, really, really like us to sell a shirt with a sad spaceman and I dropped the socket on it. Inexplicable to anyone else. If you want to draw us, a sad spaceman with half a socket, right? Oh, get
Mark
in touch.
Marietta, I dropped the socket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Levitt is a fighter general. He was only in planes. He got up to the top of Strategic Air Command because he was a decorated fighter pilot and then fighter commander.
I see this asshole in his long missiles. Pocket badge. I don't know. No.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the guy in the middle, right?
Yeah, he's the guy in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find. Yeah, my bad on that. Pictures that weren't that were available for the other 2 guys except from their IMDb page. So I just use those because they're in the documentary.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, so
I was going to say least clout chasing Air Force officer, but go off.
Yeah.
This team gets formed also with the entire team of the PTS teams get all called in to help with this situation.
All right, everybody has to suit up because this asshole dropped the socket.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Lowering a lieutenant colonel into the piss-stained, shit-stained suit because they've only got one. All right, into the skid mark special you go, my guy. We do a lot of body humor on this podcast.
So they pull together what they call the K
adults and engineers.
Talk about poop.
They pull together what's called the K crew. That's everybody that's involved to try and get this thing solved. That includes a Colonel Morris, who's in charge of all of the 308's maintenance teams, and Sergeant Jeff Kennedy, who's going to come up later, but he is the guy at the 308 that understands the missile. He is was a team chief. He's now an inspector, so he understands it. So they get all these people together. They get Morris and Kennedy out on a helicopter to get them out to the silo. And then they come up with Plan A.
Plan A, let's go.
Send the second group of guys, the PTS team that was in the blast lock, in their Refco suits they had ready to go, vent the fuel tank, then vent the silo, then stabilize the missile. Immediately, they're told this won't work because when all the guys left to get into the command center, they left their Refcos in the blast lock, which now has fuel vapor in it from the silo. So now they can't get space
we
suits
left the PPE in the hydrazine cloud. Yeah, okay.
Whoops.
There would be 3 guys up top, right? And all their
I'm sorry. I dropped the socket and I left the suit. I left the suit. I'm so sorry.
You're going in there in your boxer, son.
there's 3 guys up top, right? Well, they were told to evacuate as soon as they found out it was a fuel leak in case it spread up topside. So they're off site now and unreachable.
Yeah, those guys those guys are in the nuclear Suburban flooring it to Amigo Loco right now.
Yeah.
So it's 8:00. The fuel PSI is at 0.4. The oxidizer is at 20 PSI, and the silo temperature has risen from 60 degrees to 80 degrees. And I have no idea why it got so bright. What the fuck? Oh, okay.
It's time for your close-up, Scooter.
Yeah, I was about to say that someone just deliver a present. That was supposed to go to November.
Oops.
Should be there in about 7 minutes.
All right, next slide, please. So the potential hazard team tells everybody in the command center to evacuate because they're afraid the blast doors won't hold if the missile blows up. So the team leaves the phone off the hook so that they can listen for alarms and make sure the power stays on at the site to be able to deal with this. And that's when they go out the hatch, the hole made for these guys. Nobody had ever been in it. Apparently, this is like hell at a missile site. Nobody ever used it. It was hard to get the bolts open to get this hatch open. And there's supposed to be a single light bulb at the top of this 40-foot shaft, and it's out.
This is almost worse than the anesthesia special. That's the mental image this is filling me with.
This is about where I am too. Yeah.
So they evacuate.
Climb this ladder
topside.
in the dark or die.
Good luck, asshole. Should have dropped the socket, asshole.
Why did we make it so small?
And one of you is doing it in a spacesuit in the full knowledge that the full weight of the US Air Force is about to land on your head.
No, they stripped.
You're just soaked in piss.
If I went through this escape hatch, I would just perfectly seal it like a plug, and everyone would die.
So they strip the guy of the spacesuit because they don't think it'll fit. So.
Oh God, that's so much worse than anything else you could have told me.
Yes.
But the thing is in our previous.
Oh, at least you're not sloshing anymore.
I dropped the socket. Now you're making me go in the hole. I deserve to be in the hole.
At the Rock, Kansas incident, they did evacuate in their PTS suits. So this becomes important later. That's why I'm bringing it up. So they get out, they go through a breakaway panel in the fence and out the backside, and then run to the front where the gate is, where the other PTS teams are starting to show up since they've been dispatched. Jeff Kennedy shows up on his helicopter, and
must be nice.
Yeah.
The helicopter almost crashes because it almost hits power lines, and the crew has to wave them off at the last minute. I'm telling you, this site and this missile are cursed.
Or we just gave a bunch of 19-year-olds apocalyptic weapons, and they're doing exactly what you'd expect.
I do want to apologize in advance. The Sixers are on and winning, and Corinne is kind of yelling at the television. I'm not going to mute myself. You're just going to have to deal with it. Go Sixers, go.
No, let me be clear. I respect when Corinne does it way more.
Fuck you. No, you're beautiful. I'm yelling at Nova.
You have to be nice to me. It's my birthday.
No, you're saying that she respects when you watch basketball games while you're recording, and she doesn't respect me when I do it. Getting roasted from all sides. This is delightful. I love to be in my
it's called feminism, Liam.
Piss-soaked astronaut suit, shitting my pants.
I dropped the socket.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop my nuts on your face. What about it?
In my head, this guy under the spacesuit had heart print boxes.
Yeah.
So Kennedy arrives on site, and Kennedy's pissed that the control center had been evacuated because now they can't figure out what the pressures in the missile are, which are important because the fucking thing's going to collapse. Now this pal who dropped the socket walks up to him and goes, Kennedy, I fucked up like you wouldn't believe.
I dropped the socket.
That's not what he says.
Happened.
Just in floods of tears. This poor fucking kid.
So
Drop the socket.
Also about the same time, the fire suppression system runs out of water due to that broken float we talked about from them shutting the valve off so the tank doesn't overflow. So now there's nothing to dilute the fuel going into the silo. It's a problem. It's going to get hot very quickly.
Ugh.
One other fun fact about this time is next door, there's a man named Sam Hutto who runs a cattle farm.
Those
9
poor dead
months
cows.
earlier, he had synchronized all of his cattle to have birth on this night. So he
Wait,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not a cow
way
understanding.
What
in the clockwork animal husbandry
What
did
the
this
fuck?
motherfucker do to his cows?
People do all kinds of fucked up shit with cows.
you synchronize them
not
so they
supposed
have
to fuck the
calves all at the
cows.
same time. Yeah.
Well,
How
no,
do you
the
sync-
cows?
What
How
did
do you
Uncle Pete do
synchronize-
this time?
Stop
Just
fucking
on a military operation, like, all right, everyone synchronize cows.
It's just artificial insemination. You just make them all pregnant at the same time so that they all have
I
birth
was
at the
just
same
picturing-
time.
So he had a bunch of like turkey basters laid out in a line like a calliope.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there was a Jordan
only-
Peterson tweet about this.
I only put this in here because he's avoiding the Air Force guys like the plague because they're starting to put a cordon off around the area, and he keeps dodging them. And half of what we know what goes on is from his accounts.
Wow.
So because he's dodging them to go give birth to like 100 cattle. So I found
Him
it funny.
No, it's funny. It's just real fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's funny.
Which is kind of the premise of this show, actually.
That's how you
so.
get your fucking hamburger, all right?
Doing some kind of weird Busby Berkeley turkey baster shit to impregnate a bunch of cows at the same time and being like, well, I think I'm busy now, but I'm going to be busy in 9 months' time.
Next slide.
Explaining a nuclear disaster to an American.
Imagine a hamburger.
Imagine the ingredients to a burger.
All right, it's 9:15-ish. Jeff Kennedy goes up to Morris and says, we need to know the pressures of those tanks so that we can build a plan. Morris is like, we're not supposed to do anything without getting told. Kennedy goes, okay, well, we're going to go inspect the site. Remember, he's the sergeant that knows the most about this of anybody at the 308. So he grabs Powell and they run around the fence and go in the back. And then he tells Powell to wait for him. Instead of going through the center and the entrapment area, he decides to go through the escape hatch and back down into the command center to read the pressures off the PTPMU, the propellant tank pressure monitoring.
You fucked up so bad, and meanwhile the guy who came to like rescue you from it is like, no, I'm just gonna climb down this totally dark ladder
Fucking beats
on
this.
my own
The problem
Beats
with
sloshing.
at night.
the problem with him doing that is Strategic Air Command has a 2-man rule anytime you're on a missile site or around nuclear weapons, and him telling Powell to wait violates that 2-man rule. Now, between you and me, the Air Force has a rule that if it's an emergency, it can be violated, but they only apply that when they want to. So he goes down into the command center, looks at the PTPMU, and realizes and says, we're in some serious shit. Now, a guy I interviewed said that he heard that over the phone that was off the hook. So he's talking to himself, which means it's really bad. The fuel tank pressure was at -2.
Well, maybe he was just like stepping over the remains of the Refco suit.
Recently liquidated.
So the fuel tank pressure is at -2 because there's nothing venting it, so it's actually pulling down as the level goes all the way to the bottom of the tank. What they had always talked about was the expected collapse was between -2 and -3. Oxidizer stage 1 is at 29 psi. Stage 2's at 41.6 psi. The expected burst for that burstus for the vent is at 50 psi. So clock's ticking. So Kennedy comes out of the escape hatch, meets back up with Powell, and goes back to Morris, who's the colonel they're reporting to. Kennedy tells Morris the pressures, and then Powell speaks up and goes, Kennedy went into the silo without me.
I know. I dropped the socket, but he went in by himself. I'm not the only guy involved here.
And he tells...
just crashing out.
Morris crashes out. He starts losing his shit on Kennedy for going in alone and violating the 2-man rule. So Morris reports it back to the missile potential hazard team that Kennedy had gone in without a second person. And they all lose their shit.
This is way worse than just a cursed missile.
5 minutes away from blowing up Little Rock.
Yeah, this is way worse than a cursed missile in military terms. This is like this missile is an NJP magnet. This isn't cursed in the sense that it blows up. This is cursed in the sense that it blows up your career.
Yep.
Yes.
We're getting there. So Kennedy has a plan. And Kennedy's plan that he tells to Morris is to head in through the escape hatch, open the silo door to vent from the command center to reduce the heat, then drop the platforms to hold the missile upright in case it collapses, and then send the spare PTS team down to fill the fuel tank with nitrogen to keep the pressure from going into the negatives. Morris...
Refuel this wobbly tube of explosives in the room full of explosives.
But possibly both.
It's actually not the worst plan. Yeah. The problem is, he tells Morris, and Morris tries to tell the potential hazard team, and he gets told to shut the hell up. Nothing will be done on the site without Strategic Air Command's direct approval. So now Levitt's in charge.
You see, you put here in the notes, nobody does anything unless it comes straight from Omaha. I'm like, why does Union Pacific have a say in this?
Uncle Pete, you son of a bitch.
Oh, that's where I'm going to point my my missile when we're done, because of fuck you, Pete. So it's next slide, please. 9:45 p.m. and the missile potential hazard team decides they have a plan. They want to enter the silo, vent the fuel tank, if required, remove the cap with pliers.
Okay.
The socket cap, because they all know it's been removed. And then pop it with a broom handle.
Great.
What?
Let's go.
What?
I will also say that the 4 different plans from 5 different sources, and everybody keeps accidentally breaking rules, actually does imply to me that there already was a polyfuel missile silo, and it was this one.
So Levitt shuts down all the discussion.
I think now is the point to emphasize that the U.S. Air Force is the organization that came up with the concept of the OODA loop.
This is sort of,
and what we see here is an OODA loop. Well, so far there's no D or A, so it's just an OODA loop.
So
I don't know what that is.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So Levitt shuts down all discussion between everybody and demands that the door not be opened, the missile silo door not be opened, for fear of flinging the warhead out in case the missile explodes. This is his largest consideration over everything, and he says it.
Just imagining the farmer next door, 60 cows deep. The warhead lands in his yard.
Well,
hold that thought.
One of those Steam clicker games where you have to like assist with the delivery of 100 calves before you get a warhead flung at you.
So while they're discussing, Martin Marietta is just taking wild guesses at what pressure the stage will collapse. Like they're just like, it might be like -3. The tech guys say maybe -5. You might get lucky, but not. They're like literally wild guessing it the whole way.
This might legally be a tontine.
And that's number wang.
So at this point, PTS Team B shows up, and this is like the second force that's coming in with the disaster response team, which is all the lawyers for the Air Force Base that go around if something happens. But they're not allowed to do anything because there has been no disaster yet. It's only the PTS guys that can do anything. They bring in like bulldozers and light all units and all kinds of shit, and plenty of the refcos and guys willing to go into the silo. They're all volunteers.
It's really, really funny to me if you're just like sort of neck deep in cattle, and like an Air Force lawyer in a spacesuit hops the fence and just comes up, hands you some papers, and runs away.
Yeah.
So,
and meanwhile, you got a bunch of these guys lining up like I served the Soviet Union.
Next slide. I included this because it's important to bring Bill Clinton into this story.
Yes.
So,
story about Little Rock mentioned. Everybody should be asking, where's Bill Clinton?
Where's Bill Clinton?
At the Democratic National Convention in Hot Springs, Arkansas, with
oh my God,
Vice President Walter Mondale and Senator Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor. Oh shit! I should have put his first name.
Yeah, I didn't know Richard Pryor was a senator.
Me either.
You'd think after the crack it would have been so kind of hard to get elected, but who knows?
Tell that to Marion Barry.
David Pryor. My bad. Anyway, so they're in Hot Springs at DNC while one of Pryor's staffers, Skip Rutherford, is back in Little Rock. He gets a phone call from two Air Force men that wish to remain unnamed to him and Pryor that there's an incident at the Titan silo and it's about to go horribly wrong. These same two
just getting a phone call and someone just calls you up and says, "Yeah, he dropped the socket."
He dropped the socket.
He's very sorry.
He's very sorry.
One guy drops the socket. The entire Air Force Command tries to look for different people to tattle on to each other.
I dropped the socket and I had to apologize to the president. He wasn't the president yet, but he would be.
These same two guys had warned Pryor earlier in 1979 that the Titans were
given them prior warning.
That they were unsafe, that the PTS crews were untrained and too young, and that there had been multiple oxidizer and fuel leaks topside that they had not been told about. So he goes to a silo as a visit as a senator, and while he's there, they had turned the vapor detectors off because they were broken. And he finds out about that after the fact. So he demands an investigation and to put an amendment to put warning sirens on all Titan sites. This amendment and investigation was approved on September 16th, 1980, 2 days before our incident. It's important that Vice President Walter Mondale's at this because he's close enough to see the explosion if he wants to, if this thing goes nuclear. So I included
you dropped the
map.
socket. The colonels are there. The general is there. The vice president is there now.
The vice president is there.
So I included the map to give you an idea of how big the explosion would be if it like went full nuclear in like your worst case scenario, to show how close they were Like Mondale would have seen it with his own eyes, but not been affected.
You'd have to.
I think he might have been affected.
Well, he's in
at
hot
least
springs.
emotionally.
He's upwind. But it's important later, so I wanted to include it. He also calls into the Strategic Air Command, who says everything is fine, to the vice president.
Okay, good.
Well, picking up the phone. No, sir, Mr. Vice President. Nobody dropped a socket. Unprompted.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
We're gonna write him up. We're gonna write him up. It's gonna go on his permanent record. We're gonna give him. It seems detention.
Like this is just like more and more humiliation is being added first. Like I half expect this guy's mom to be there.
We called his parents. Oh. He's gonna be suspended. 3-day in school suspension.
Your high school crush heard that you dropped the socket.
No.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, just fucking kill me, man.
sitting bolt upright in bed 30 years later. Oh my god, I just had a dream where I dropped the socket.
So the ex you're not over heard you drop the socket.
In the documentary, he says he can close his eyes at any time and see that socket falling. 45 years later.
Uh-huh. Oh, I bet he can.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I feel bad for making fun of him now. I'm going to keep doing it, but I feel bad about it.
Yeah, look, I thought you watched the documentary. I'm sorry. Watch it. It's very good if you haven't.
Prep for episodes I don't write. I come in blind and I'm funnier.
Well, that's what I'm here for, I guess. All right, next slide.
Yeah, this show is adversarial. One person has the information, the other X number try to prevent them from telling it.
Yeah, I know.
Someone described it to salty snail. Someone
it's like Kabaddi, but for interruptions.
Yeah.
Okay, so
thanks, Corinne.
I think she was laughing at the Knicks.
Well, so that's also valid.
So we're on plan I.
Question mark.
Yeah.
It's 11 p.m. and the Missile Potential Hazard Team has come up with this. They will have an airman in a REFCO suit go to one of the silos vents and check the fuel vapor. If the fuel vapor is lower than 200 parts per million, 2 PTS team will enter the entrapment area and break into the silo. Nobody thought that somebody in a REFCO suit could make it through the escape hatch. Remember Rock, Kansas? Yeah, well, we don't remember that.
Nope.
So, if it's good, they're going to open the blast door 6, which is the one that goes blast door 6 and 7 to go into the command center with a hydraulic pump to get the blast doors open, since, they're blast doors. And then they're going to check the MSA, which is the vapor detector. If it's below 200 parts per million, they'll enter the silo and vent the fuel tank in any way they can. Colonel Ben Scalorn, there on the right-hand side, says that this is a bad idea because the oxidizer tank could be at any point ready to blow since it was at 42 psi an hour ago. He wants them to enter the control center instead of the silo. I screwed that up earlier. I'm sorry. And then check tank pressures before they go for it. Lloyd Leavitt tells him to shut the hell up. Martin Marietta.
Compelling argument.
Martin Marietta speaks up and is like, do you guys want our thoughts? And Leavitt goes, go ahead. And they go, we think you should get as far away from that silo as possible and wait to see what happens.
Oh, wait and see. I like it.
Martin Marietta says they would never send their people into a situation like this.
Yeah, but this is the Air Force. We have an infinite number of 19-year-olds
we
don't care about.
Basically own them.
Exactly.
They can't do that to our pledges. Only we can do that to our pledges.
The Air Force decides to go for it.
Shocking. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Fuck yeah. Send in the piss suit, boys.
2 hours later.
Much like this podcast.
Yep. So, next slide.
I will never let you finish a sentence, Scooter.
So, mind you, Kennedy is fucking livid at this point because they haven't sent anybody in. They haven't done anything. And at this point, whatever the fuck they're going to do is a bad idea, but it's his men going in, so he's going to at least be around for it. So we are on plan whatever the fuck. But
yes,
the plan is they're going to take 5 guys out to the fence and go down into the entrapment area, break in through the 2 doors. Audio just went crazy. Sorry. They're going to break in through the blast doors and go in to the command center and get the pressures. Kennedy goes with the PTS guys that are going in because he wants to be there. Morris doesn't want him anywhere near it because they're still mad that he went in the silo. So what happens is they get 2 guys that are volunteers, 3 guys that are volunteers. Greg Devlin, David Livingston, Rex Huckle, and then Kennedy all ride the truck up to the site and then get into the PTS, into the Refco suits. And then Morris and Hansen, who's another sergeant, are commanding them through their radios. The plan is to send 1 guy up, check the vent, see if it's 200 parts per million. If it's not, go in the entrapment area, break the door open, go into the command center, get pressures. This is the plan they decide to act on. It is 1 a.m. This thing has been venting since 6.
Oh, good.
It's probably almost done by now.
There's nothing like a bad decision made slowly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Livingston goes up to the vent and gets an off meter high rating on the vapor detector.
Okay.
Levitt says
not great, not terrible.
Yeah, Levitt says to continue on and go in. So they have Devin and Huckle go first, and they take a pump and a crowbar.
Oh, cool! I like Half-Life.
Yeah.
The first 2 doors are just like steel doors, so they just pry them open. The first one takes 15 minutes. They have 30 minutes of air on their air pack. The first one takes 15 minutes. The second door takes 15 seconds. Devlin was a boxer.
Feeling great about nuclear weapons security.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So they get to the blast door. They hook the pump up to the blast door, but neither of them know how the pump works, so they can't get to force the pins open on the blast door.
I feel like that's something someone should have gone over and whatever.
Correct. They run out of time.
They only had 7 hours.
They run out of time and come back topside because their air packs are about to run out. They had an hour worth of air, but none of these things actually worked for an hour, so they gave them 30 minutes.
Cool.
So they come
How
topside.
were we a superpower?
Normally the stuff didn't break.
Except when it did.
This much.
Jesus Christ, it's like the Keystone Cops had a nuclear deterrent.
So they come topside. Scallorn's pissed because they've waited 7 hours to do this, and they're not recalling these guys in. But they come topside, and Hansen and Morris are like, read the instructions for the pump, switch out your air pack, and go back in.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Exactly. Well, Kennedy
doing the IKEA like question mark phone call illustration, but then everybody's wearing a spacesuit.
It's just covered in piss.
Kennedy actually knows how the pump works. So he goes up and goes, I'll go in with Livingston. And Livingston volunteers to go with him. So Kenny and him get suited up. They go back into the entrapment area. Next slide, please.
I love to walk into something called the entrapment area.
Exactly.
That's where the FBI lives for leftist protesters.
Bunch
of motherfuckers.
They go in and they get told to go towards the missile this time and read the vapor detector in the cableway to the missile. They go into the cableway, operate the pump, open the door, because Kennedy actually can figure it out. And it's off meter high at 25.
Having a sort of having a sort of white noise, airborne, toxic event thing about this, where it's like, well, at least now they've got a handle on it. They understand it better.
Yes.
Well, they find out it's off scale high and they decide to leave. They're told to leave by Morris and Hansen. They go up topside, and as soon as they get topside, Hansen tells them to go and throw the purge fan switch for the cableway. Later on, this is said that they are told to go stand by the switch, not to flip it. This is a point of contention later on. But Livingston goes down into the hole. Kennedy stays topside right by the entrapment area. He flips the switch. 30 seconds go by, and he gets topside again, about 2 feet away from the door. What were you going to say, Victoria?
Oh, I was just going to say, not to be too much of a systems head about this, but I feel like if the 7 hours into your nuclear missile recovery, your entire fault rests on whether or not somebody misheard and flipped the switch, I think you may have systemic issues further upstream.
Just a little bit.
If your nuclear missile recovery lasts longer than 7 hours, consult a physician. Consult a physicist, really.
I dropped the socket.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if dropping a socket causes a nuclear disaster, you fucked something up along the way.
Real bad.
Yeah, I mean, you put that whole disclaimer in at the beginning about don't blame these individual guys. And no, I think that my blame here does not rest with the 19-year-old who accidentally dropped a tool while he was balancing on a ladder 80 feet up in a missile silo. I think it might be with the system that,
allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of allowing it to happen, 30 seconds go
9/11, yes.
God damn it.
Sorry.
I shot down Flight 93. I'm sorry.
So Kennedy and Livingston are standing topside. They just got out of the entrapment area. Everybody's looking at the silo because they were told to evacuate after the fan was turned on. They're all going to regroup. And next slide, please. December 19th, 1980, 3 a.m., the damned thing finally detonates.
Boom.
Say black dots or tires.
This is actually not a picture of the explosion. The only photos is a really shitty, grainy video that's a guy running the fuck away from it, trying to get 10 seconds of footage, and it's really bad. So I didn't include
right, yeah,
that.
because the press had become aware and were congregating outside the
at the end of the road
silo. Yep. Yeah,
and they all went fucking running all of a sudden for reasons. This picture is actually
if you see a guy in an astronaut suit running, try to keep up.
Follow him.
So it blows. The missile goes off. This picture's from when they were destroying the silos at the end of the program. But the missile blows up and everybody fucking evacuates. All of the PTS teams, all the news, everybody just starts running in whatever direction was gone. They all decide to regroup at the local grocery store in Damascus, because that's a good place, I guess.
Where else is there to go?
Sizzling fajitas.
Good news. You're the protein.
I could go for fajitas right now. Can you go for fajitas right now, Piss Guy? And Piss Guy's just I dropped the socket.
I'm the reason that happened, pointing at the mushroom cloud down the road.
It's all my fault.
I dropped the socket. Can I have a Modelo with the lime, please?
The poor 19-year-old who was with him is like, yeah, I guess I'll have a lemonade.
Immediately drops the Modelo.
Oh, shit. This is why everyone hates me.
I can't do anything right.
So, next slide, please. There's 3 theories to what happened here.
That's one of the diagrams of all time. I love this.
Yeah, this is bananas.
Yeah. The first theory, this is straight from the book on Titan 2, by the way. I love this diagram. The first theory is the one that Kennedy prescribes to, and is probably the most accurate, is that the fans started it. The electrical spark lit the fumes in the cableway. They got down into the silo. Big solved.
1970s DC motor, probably. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
The other is just a general rogue equipment spark, because they had left everything on in the silo that wasn't like able to be turned off at the command center. So like lights,
and again, 70s electrical engineering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The third is probably the most like plausible, in my opinion, is because we knew that the missile, like 4 hours beforehand, was in the negative pressures in the tank. Is that the stage 1 just collapsed. And when it collapsed, it obviously created sparks. The oxidizer tank ripped open and detonated. And then the first explosion blows the silo door off and launches the second stage up into the air with the motor from the second stage jammed into the fuel tank. That causes the fuel tank to rupture and explode, because the oxidizer also ruptured and exploded just at the ground level. So there's 2 explosions, and it launches the first launches everything out of the silo, the second launches it all up into the air, including the W-53 warhead, which is expected in the report to have gone 1,000 feet up into the air.
God damn.
Big boom.
W-53 being like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh,
it's finally happening. It's finally happening.
Game
Moscow. You finally get to lace them up, and it's nothing.
I was hoping for, if not Moscow, at least Nizhny Novgorod, but no.
Can't have shit in this house.
You think that warhead ever like talks about how it could have gone pro, but then it like blew its knee out?
So that's what happened when it comes to the explosion. Again, everybody's running for their lives. I love this photo,
by the way. This fucking tilt-shifted, isometric, Disco Elysium Command and Conquer looking ass thing. Incredible. I want to right-click on this right now.
So everybody goes running. All the guys that were like right there, the 4, of them, Morris in the truck was sitting in the truck waiting for them to come back. He says that he laid down on the seat when the windshield blew out and just sat there and laughed as the like mushroom cloud went through the windshield.
The old Justin Rosniak. Yeah.
I found that story the funniest of all of them, unfortunately. Devlin starts running and gets his ankle broken by a piece of rebar launched out of the silo. Huckle was...
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, Huckle was saying on the back of
guy who
the
becomes
truck,
negatively polarized against nuclear weapons by this.
By a nuclear weapon.
Yeah. Just to like kind of like put this all into focus. What exactly would have been the difference if they had been like, oh shit, we fucked up, we listened to the experts in Denver, and we all just run away as far as possible, versus what actually happened?
Less guys would have been injured.
Cool. Okay, so like maybe they should have. Sorry, that was all I wanted to check here because it seems like for the last 8 hours they've just been throwing 19-year-olds into a hole to see how many they can kill.
I said it sounded like he was just feeding 19-year-olds to the missile silo, and then his lieutenant general started yelling. I realize now how badly I need. I realize now how badly I need a kind of strategic air command jarhead or generation kill.
Listen,
that would be great.
Listen, if it sucks, hit the bricks.
Yeah, you could just leave.
You can leave.
You will be court-martialed, but you could just leave.
Just fucking leave.
So or just transition. If you're in the military right now and you don't like it, just change genders. There you go.
If you drop the socket,
leave.
Join the French Foreign Legion, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyway, I just wanted to verify that, like,
Foreign Legion. You get into the French Foreign Legion, and they ask you about your past to see whether or not you're an ex-Nazi or something, and they're interrogating you, and you just say "J'ai laissé tomber le clé à douille." But in a really sad voice.
So,
just before you got into the death toll, I just wanted to make sure that, we didn't need to let anybody die. It would have been the exact same end result. Okay, cool.
This is Levitt's fault.
Just checking.
This is 100% because even the guys on directly under him, like Scalorn and Mosier, are all like, "No, this is no." And he's like, "No, they need to go in and stop this because, nuclear warhead." But we'll get to that. I want to just say content warning for the next two because it's ugly. I mean, you've heard worse on this podcast, but still bothers some people. Next slide, please.
It's a bad sunburn.
So on the left-hand side's Devlin, who I just said had his ankle shattered and was burned to shit because he was coming out of his Refco suit at the time.
Stay in the piss suit.
We're making you get on this big ass phone to Ronald Reagan, and we're making you hold that phone in your burned hand.
Yeah.
What a dick move.
So Devlin gets Devlin's the only person I could find pictures of injuries for. That's why I included it. Kennedy gets thrown, as he says in the documentary in his very thick Maine accent, he gets thrown ass over tea kettle from the silo, and then he tries to run, but his leg was broken. So he's in the thick of it all, inhaling oxidizer because his face shield got shattered. And as he's trying to run away, he can hear Livingston, who was pretty much right next to him, screaming for help. Why is Livingston in such bad shape? Well, a hole the size of your fist was blown through his abdomen. And he was also burned to
Don't like
bad.
That.
Yeah, not very good.
So everybody hauls ass away, including Morris, Devlin, and them, get as far away as they can. And then two guys hear Kennedy on the radio of Morris's truck saying, "Come help us. Come help us." So they come in and throw Livingston and Kennedy in the back of their truck, and they take them out to the main road.
Because they all thought this was a totally unsurvivable incident.
Correct. Everybody thought everybody on the site was dead.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, at the command post, Colonel Mosier's on the phone with the missile potential hazard team, and all the radios go silent, including the phone line at the site. And he thinks that the warhead detonated. For about 10 minutes, they had no contact with the site. So they just assumed that they'd just blown it to hell, blown Little Rock to hell, and they were waiting for a blast wave.
That's gotta be fucking nerve-wracking. Don't love that.
Yeah, I wanted to include that because that's just oh, fuck.
Oh, you thought dropping the socket was bad? How about the 10 minutes where you thought you just blew up Little Rock?
Yeah. As you're sitting in Little Rock waiting for it to hit.
Waiting for this to be the end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think that you're kind of happy.
Yeah.
Just be like, all right, fine, fucking. I don't want to deal with the consequences of this
anymore.
tomorrow.
Getting my retribution for dropping the socket. No, I can't believe I dropped the socket.
I can't do anything right. I
deserve.
This is not what Little Rock deserves, though. Buck up, soldier.
I really wish I could spend more time on this,
pig,
but
baby.
you get pretty into the weeds with it. But yeah, at the end of the day, all the people that were on site end up at the local hospital in Little Rock and not the base hospital. This becomes a problem because the Air Force wants them back so they can't talk to the press. Livingston dies in the hospital. He goes into surgery and they can't fix his abdomen. He's, burned to shit. Apparently on his way back to the hospital, in the back of that truck, he's like begging for people not to tell his mom, even though he didn't do anything.
Oof.
Yeah.
He flipped a switch. Like, he didn't drop the socket. Like, it's not his fucking fault.
That was the real crime, was dropping the socket.
Kennedy goes into the ICU because he inhaled a bunch of oxidizers, so he couldn't breathe, on top of his leg being shattered and ripped open. He ends up getting out, but him and Devlin are two people that have talked about this. What happens afterwards is they get out finally, and they want to discharge from the Air Force for their injuries because Kennedy can barely breathe because of the oxidizer. Devlin had been burned and can't walk, and they get put in a psych ward at Lackland Air Force Base.
That's the Air Force we know and love.
Yeah.
They actually got catch 22'd.
Yes. Yeah. They get put in a psych ward for a while, and then they don't get their discharge. They get sent back to their base.
Suck my fucking dick.
I hope Iran wins. We deserve it just as a society.
To quote Colonel Mosier, is a well-known phrase that I was going to say at the beginning of this, is to err is human, to forgive is not SAC policy. And they sure prove it during this.
Yeah.
So
Blow me.
Bad news. You're gonna have to fly more missions.
In 1981, the report comes out. All the blame is put on Livingston for turning the fan on without permission.
Oh my god.
Yep, it was one guy.
We might have built the nuclear missile silo unfairly, but this guy flipped a switch.
Kennedy, they blame the explosion on him, but not the fault for the explosion. Kennedy gets reprimanded for violating the 2-man rule. And then Powell gets Powell, who dropped the socket, gets a official crap, I didn't put in the notes. He gets an actual charge. He gets charged for not using the torque wrench instead of the ratchet.
You've been indicted on one count of dropping the socket.
Actually.
Doing the whole length of A Few Good Men, but to be like, did you drop the socket? You're goddamn right I did. You want me on that gantry. You need me on that gantry.
And I'll drop it again.
I'll throw it this time, actually. Sloshing around, coming to court in my piss boots.
Eventually, because of public outcry, because they had spoken to the press, Kennedy, Devlin, and 3 others get an Air Force medal and then get their discharge. Kennedy and Devlin sue Martin Marietta because you're not allowed to sue the Air Force if you're in it. For millions, and they only get about $6,000 each.
Which, okay, to be fair, not to be like, oh, I'm going to defend the corporation here, but Martin Marietta, to their credit, was like, hey, you should get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So really, you should blame the Air Force.
Yeah, we wouldn't put our guys in this shit.
Yeah. Probably walk away from this one, guys.
In every incident that we've had, loss of life with this missile, somebody sued Mark Marietta and settled out of court for it. Which is, again, it's like they built it.
I would like a small compensation payment. Yeah,
I would very much like to. If I imagine if one of the missiles actually, went to its destination, that'd be a hell of a lawsuit.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So Kennedy passes away at 56 in 2011, right before the book on this was released. He had severe oxidizer burns on his lungs, so that's likely how he didn't make it. Devlin becomes a space shuttle propellants technician. He actually lives down in Titusville, Florida, and when he retired, he started writing children's books. Now he does interviews about this all the time. I wish I could have gotten him on this, but he's very candid about how shittily he was treated after the fact. Him and all the guys. And then, like I said, Powell
getting an old guy who got horribly treated in a spacesuit to be on a 3-hour, 17-minute podcast with us assholes feels like elder abuse.
That might be worse. Yeah.
I did reach out to talk to him. He just never got back to me. So, next slide.
Justified. Maybe he listened
the
to
U.S.
some
military.
Yeah.
Just given the number of vets that I am friends with, the U.S. military just kind of seems like a machine that turns 19-year-olds into radicalized 30-year-old communists.
Also, goo.
Yeah, or goo. Yeah.
Or goo.
Yeah, goo. That's true.
All right, so you ready to get really mad?
I am.
Oh, great. Sure.
So the
Why
Air Force
not?
refuses to talk about the incident immediately after, including with state and environmental groups. They can neither confirm nor deny that there was an incident and whether or not there was a nuclear warhead attached to the missile. They can neither confirm nor deny there's any contamination or anything. There was, as far as you know, nothing happened other than an explosion that was contained. Immediately after, reporters sat at the end of the driveway for the site and harassed every vehicle and every person entering the site for any kind of comment. The Air Force gave none, including to the local sheriff from before that had his shit blown in from the oxidizer. Never talked to him. Refused to.
It's a heinous incident and unthinkable. The guy dropped a socket.
I forgot to mention that if you remember the disaster response team, when the missile blew, they were the first to leave the site.
Oh, I bet they
naturally,
were.
Yeah. No, there's a few. There's a couple stories in command and control of okay, there's just this insane convoy of military vehicles booked it off the site. People saw them go by, and it was like, is something up? Is something happening? They didn't stop to give instructions. They didn't stop to warn people. They just booked it. They were out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, just seen 20 of the coolest Suburbans I've ever seen in my life going 70 down a dirt road.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, maybe that's the signal that you should also go that way. I don't know.
So Vice President Mondale is briefed by the Air Force before he goes on to talk about it. But the Air Force local management decides that they can neither confirm nor deny that there's a warhead, even though he demands to know.
Oh my God.
This is the vice fucking president.
Would you tell JD Vance if there was a warhead?
But
yeah, Mondale had even less respect than that.
So, Mondale calls Harold Brown, who's the Secretary of Defense, cool guy. I don't really know on that one. But he asked
the SecDef.
Yeah, SecDef.
Probably not a cool guy. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think he would get along with us.
Not with this podcast, but with when it comes to all of this military history, he's not the worst. But anyway, that's not the point of what I'm getting
We
to.
do not have to hand it to the Secretary of Defense.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just, anyway. So Mondale calls Harold Brown, and Harold Brown is like, well, yeah, it's fine. There's no radiation spreading. It's, we've got everything contained. We're going to work on getting everything cleaned up. And he goes, yeah, but was there a warhead? And he goes, I can neither confirm nor deny that, Vice President Mondale. And Mondale cusses him the fuck out on the phone.
Good.
And then he goes, well, actually, yes, there was a warhead. It's contained. So similarly, Lloyd Leavitt has to go on a press conference, and all they want to ask about is the warhead. Right after Mondale lets it out that there was, and he threatens to end the conference if somebody asks one more time if there was a warhead. And the press laughs him out.
So help me, I am turning this car around.
Yeah. I'll tell your dad.
Back to the site of the explosion.
Yeah. Everybody had come on, like at gunpoint, making them all.
I'll make you get in the suit, God damn it.
Yeah. So, you go in your piss hole.
The command, after everything's done, everything's like the site's cleared, but they haven't started like doing remediation work. The command crew is sent back in because they're still technically in charge of that missile site. And they have to go in to get the documents out of the command center that they couldn't get into the safe to make sure they were secure because there were too many documents. They go back down in, and they could have wrote it out. The glass of Coke that the commander had poured right before everything started was still sitting on his desk. So had they have wrote it out, I wouldn't finish it. No.
The Nuka-Cola.
Totally unsurvivable because that Coke went flat.
Aerozine cola.
Yeah.
The point of this is, though, had they have wrote it out, they could have checked the pressures. They could have turned the vent fan on from inside. They could have opened the silo door and vented it. They could have done a lot from there, and they didn't because they were told to evacuate.
But also they could have just not thrown guys in the hole.
True.
Yes.
But
or they could have gone in through the emergency escape hatch.
They could have gone in through escape hatch because you can fit a refco down there. I like the not throwing the guys in the hole thing, but if you would have started this with these guys staying in the hole, you could have like vented it and then sent a PTS team in.
I just love that this is obviously a process that needed to happen a bunch, and they just didn't have a protocol for like what happens if fuel spills.
Correct.
Like nobody even ever thought, what happens if we spill some of this? We could never spill fuel. What are you talking about?
Well, what happens if the missile gets damaged is the real question. The answer is it won't get damaged.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's no way.
No.
Someone could drop the socket.
Fail-safes are for pussies.
Yeah.
So the warhead that we talked about that got flung into the air and then landed in a ditch on the access road. They find it and everybody's shitting their pants because, like, is it armed? Is it ready to go? They fly out somebody from Sandia, which is the weapons laboratory that builds nuclear weapons for the United States. And their specialist looks at it and goes, oh, it's fine, because the electronics package had been ripped off of it. So
yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Don't worry, just like kicking it a little bit.
So they
slapping it like a Midwestern dad with a boat trailer, like that shit ain't going anywhere. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, I know how to do this. Now I'm gonna kick it, and it should be good. And if it isn't, it's not our problem.
It's not our problem anymore. Exactly.
So they pack it into a jet fuel container, apparently, that's filled with sand, loaded on a flatbed truck, and then they had like a multi-convoy of flatbed trucks leave the site to hide that it was in one of those trucks.
Doing the fucking Las Vegas shell game scam with the flatbed trucks.
They just didn't want the press to know, so they were just trying to play games with it. I do like in the videos of it that the guys running the trucks are giving thumbs up as they go by the press, like, hey. It's like fucking Smokey and the Bandits convoy, just like, what's up, hey.
Oh damn! I'd watch that movie.
You seen that shit in the back? You see what I'm hauling today?
Hey, I gotta. And you stop at the choking.
This ain't milk we're hauling.
There's the sheriff.
So I talked to a guy that was one of the security forces after the explosion, and I asked him like, what was it like being there? And his answer was, they told us to go out there because we had to keep our military safe from all those damn Arkansas looky-loos. And I was like, did you have many? And he went, so damn many. The worst were the news. The damn Air Force didn't exactly make it easy make them easy to deal with all that can neither confirm nor deny bullshit. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I loved that guy. That was such
American
a fun
hero.
conversation.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our disaster. But you might be asking what happened with the Titan II. And simply, it got pulled out of service. It was decided that it was too old, too accident prone, and they didn't want to do the upgrades to it to make it safer. Remember, the accident happened in 1980? They didn't pull it out of service till 1987.
Oh, good. I mean, 7 years is pretty quick by Air Force standards. As we've seen, given that it takes them 7 hours to flip a switch that explodes the missile.
Well, they did a lot of not dropping the socket training.
Well, so the reasons that they kept it was because earlier, before, when it was an outdated missile system, but Damascus hadn't happened, it was as a negotiating tool is half the reason. Henry Kissinger wanted to keep it around to trade off for the SS-7, I believe. Could be wrong. And the real reason it was kept around, though, is because the Air Force needed their big stick. It was a third of the megatonnage of the whole force, and they needed their big stick until they got a replacement. Next slide,
yes. Please. Country is so stupid.
Here's the big stick.
Ooh.
This is the LGM 118 Peacemaker.
Look how many presents you can deliver.
Wow.
Sorry, Peacemaker's the bomber. Peacekeeper's the present deliverer.
America is one of the ugliest nations on the face of the earth.
Yeah, we're the great Satan for a reason.
It really is. It really, really. Every time I do one of these, I'm just like, oh, I didn't think I could hate this place anymore.
So this began
development. Wait a second. Scooter, is that the fucking train they have at the goddamn Dayton Air Force Museum?
Yes.
God damn it. I've seen that train. I think I took a picture with it.
Nuclear weapons will pervert everything you love most in the world, including trains.
Yes.
Well, at least it was like a carbon efficient method of delivering presents.
Yes.
It's a good way to decarbonize the delivery method of carbonizing a lot of people.
So they started development in 1971, but it took so long to get this thing out. Like, they kept changing what it was. This is the one that they were going to put in the trucks and run everywhere through the desert. It took so long to actually get out. It didn't get deployed until 1986. And it was just deployed in a bunch of used Minuteman silos. So it was like fairly cheap for being 10 warheads of 300 kilotons on top of this thing, plus decoys. They did want to put it on a train. It would have been cool as shit. But Cold War ended because George H.W. Bush came to save us. And that was that. We won. Yay.
Wow.
No, I maintain that the main reason the Soviet Union collapsed is because they were too busy working on the Buran and they forgot to do their budget.
It was
it was like the drill candles tweet, but it was all just Energia Buran.
It was
it was revisionism, but we're saying the same thing, I think.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, it was revisionism. Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Yeah.
So after the Titans are pulled, they they need to do something with them. So next slide, please. They turned them into space launch vehicles. They used them to launch satellites.
Once again, proving my theory that a missile is just a rocket with worse PR, or vice versa.
But actually, they launched 13 of them as the Titan 23G launch vehicle from Vandenberg. They scrapped 42 of them, and then there are 7 left in museums, including the Titan Missile Museum we've seen multiple times, Dayton. There's one out in Washington at the, I think, Evergreen Museum.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the one that was owned by the ex-CIA front company that is now a vineyard, and they have a 747 rotting in a field of grapes.
Isn't America so cool?
God, I love the Northwest.
It's insane. I will admit, it is a great, like, kind of like Cascadia aesthetic to be just like in a big vineyard on a rainy day with a green painted ex-firefighting CIA shell company jumbo jet next to you.
That's cool as hell.
Oh God! Let me through your border, America. Let me in.
Missiles were real happy. Like, we're finally going to Moscow, boys.
Yeah.
You're going to orbit.
You go all the way, boys. Yeah, there's one at the Stafford Air Museum, which I was half tempted to drive out to just to get the damn size of that dust cap for the socket. Titan Missile Museum. Yeah, there's a bunch to look at. It's worth going to see how crazy this thing was.
Yeah, I will say, like, having been to the missile silo room at the Dayton Air Force Museum, where they kind of grouped them all together, and they actually have like a replica, like, sort of silo area at the Evergreen Museum. It's one thing to talk about all this stuff. It really is actually like hit in your stomach sickening to see these things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
Next slide,
Love
please.
that.
So the family lived on after the Titan II. There was the Titan III and the Titan IV. And it was solely used for orbital vehicle launch or sending stuff out of orbit, out into deep space. On the left is the manned orbiting laboratory launch. That was a test to make sure you could send a capsule up with a hatch in the bottom of it. I think it's cool because it was tall and pointy and neat. And then on the right
that is pointy.
Very.
The Titan launch system being hauled. This was hauled by trains, by 2 SWs.
Yes.
I love this locomotive very much. It's a beautiful paint scheme.
That would be an absolutely kick-ass model railroad.
One got sold, and then the other is still at Cape Canaveral at the Space Museum. Like, you can go see it.
I've been back on my train sim bullshit lately, and that's, I mean, it's good. It's a good way of boring yourself on purpose so the rest of your mind can wander. But, like, I feel like maybe they could introduce, just a thought, the idea of maybe some trains that are, like, interesting. And, you know.
I know a guy who works for Train Simulator who has explained to me exactly why they cannot do that, which is
no, I know, right? They've tried to sneak stuff out, right? They've brought out like the like military cargo thing where they tried maybe what if the thing that the train was hauling was interesting, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll buy that. But like then if you do that, like the like, you know, 2% most autistic population of Germany get very mad at you for being like, actually, you should be modeling exactly the timetable of the Schneller Unkedin.
Right. Do Germans have timetables anymore?
Worse than that. You can't even like simulate a bad day on the railroad if you're licensing actual railroad, you know, stuff, because they get mad at you for showing that sometimes the railroad doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you've worked on the railroad.
Why can't you use assets that you would have to develop for free because the intellectual property is there of, like, I don't know, X, like, fucking communist countries? Then you could show shit being as bad as you want.
Yes, I'm
It's
going to work today on the
why am I doing Euro Truck
Fantasy.
Simulator driving from Frankfurt to Stuttgart all the time when I could be blasting through Libya at 70 miles an hour?
Yeah, we can do the
One day
Dakar.
I want to do a bonus episode about the train simulator and how it's declined.
Yes,
you know.
Can we do that next? Because I would be thrilled. I can contribute to that.
Sure. Yeah. No. We should figure that one out. Yeah.
Can I finish?
No.
Yes.
No. Listen. You're making me work until 2 a.m. on my birthday, so I will interrupt you just as much as I feel like.
I dropped the socket.
Delirium said it.
So they still use that launcher for ULA launches, but they don't use the cool locomotives anymore. They use stupid ass track mobiles. So if you
I thought they used the Toyota Tacoma.
The what?
Just a high rail pulling this thing out.
No, there was a pickup truck commercial with it. It was a Toyota Tundra actually, where it pulled the space shuttle. It was just a bit.
Gotcha.
American car company commercial 15 years ago that I have memorized for some fucking reason.
Wonder what that is. Probably nothing.
So who would have a commercial from 15 years ago memorized? I'll call now.
I hope RFK isn't listening to this, or I'm going to get put on yet another
one
list.
Where the brother comes home from Africa and he's excited to get good coffee in America.
Yeah. So I just wanted to finish out with, there is so much more to this story that you can't fit in. Read the book Command and Control. It's really fucking good. The audiobook's just as good. The movie is short but very good. And yeah, it's wild. It's a very bad story, but it's a very wild, well-reported story.
It's a pretty wild story, yeah.
Yeah. And this is just one incident with nuclear missiles. I came across so many fucking more, and looks like we've got one more to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Roz, it's all you.
Well, first, what did we learn?
Right.
Don't drop the socket. Don't piss in the suit. Happy birthday, Nova.
On a statistical average, most of being 35 is spent talking about ICBMs.
Yes.
There are worse things.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Don't drop the socket.
I dropped the socket.
Don't drop the socket. I want to make that a shirt. Don't drop the
socket. Well, we have a segment on this podcast called Safety Third. Shake hands with danger. Hello. Well, there's your problem.
All right.
I was told I had a topical story and that I must write in. Well, here you go. I was a missile maintainer at the F.E. Warren missile fields in the 1980s.
Oh, boy.
All missile, all the time, all day. Let's go.
Yes. This is a topical safety third. Across my time in the Air Force, we had many exciting times, like driving 3 hours to then have to drive 3 more because we brought the wrong wrench, flying in a helicopter to a site in a hurry just to realize the problem was usually trivial, like a light bulb being out, or getting stuck in our beat-up vehicles in the snow because none of these silos could be conveniently put on a major highway. But nothing will be as exciting as the first time we had the call.
Oh, dear.
It was the 1980s in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh, boy.
That's another homeland of Union Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the base when suddenly everyone was told to drop everything and start running for a silo miles away. Apparently, a launch control center had the missile away light come on, and the associated missile stopped responding to input from the silo. Or, for the layman, it was trying to launch.
Lace them up. Moscow.
So, as the two guys in the hole start shitting their pants, ripping the wiring out of the walls, trying to get the system to shut down, we start driving out with the closest available vehicle, which was a Peacemaker, more professionally known as the Cadillac Gage Ranger.
Seen on the right.
The most like hastily armored truck in the world. I love this thing. It looks so fucking doofy.
Yeah. 5 tons of Dodge pickup killdozered especially for the Air Force security forces.
Shit, that actually goes. That's awesome. I'd hate handing it to them, but they did it.
It looks so happy to be there.
Yeah.
I'm part of the team.
Once at the site, the instructions were simple. Pull up on top of the silo, park the front wheels on the door, put it in park, get out and run like hell. If the damn thing did start the sequence to launch. So they're parking like over here.
Like on the edge.
On the edge. If the damn thing did start the sequence to launch, the 110-ton door would blow off at about 45 miles an hour, and the Peacekeeper would flip into the hole, solving the unofficial launch problem.
Unofficial launch. That is
also I just note here that the turret gunner here is wearing an MSA Millennium, which also makes this transgender. I mean, it's an MCU too, the military version, but still.
Now, of course, this latter situation did not happen. Otherwise, this would be a bigger story. The techs were able to get in and reset everything. But after I did my time and left the Air Force, I saw articles on this incident on the internet. And it turns out they're reading about it on Facebook. This was a regular occurrence.
Yes.
The parking the truck on the door, that was, and maybe still is, standard operating procedure. Of course, strategic
real Call of Duty type shit. Hell yeah.
Of course, Strategic Air Command and Strategic Command have sanitized all of this since, but no one can ever keep their mouth shut. Hope this doesn't keep you up tonight. Keep up the fun show from Florida Minuteman.
Thanks, Florida Minuteman.
Thank you.
I forget where I heard this, but apparently these big silo doors, when they go off, they slide across the desert like a hockey puck.
Yep.
Terrific.
I made the slide and I included the big gas generator. It's just this big pneumatic cylinder that just literally just counterweights and just flings that thing off.
I really want to drive that truck.
Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner getting obliterated by the bicentennial flower on the side of a 110-ton blast door.
I do also love the idea of weaponizing a Dodge hitting something to save the world. Like, we've taken the natural inclination of a Dodge truck.
That's the funny thing. You can still drive it afterwards. No, that's if it was a Toyota.
Or a Dakota diesel, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a great way to solve a problem. Drop a truck on the missile.
This is why ride heights have to be so high.
I got
Otherwise,
your package right here.
I didn't see them do this on Top Gear.
Well, there's your problem, North Dakota Special.
Well, that was safety third. Shake hands with danger. Our next episode will be on Chernobyl. Does anyone have any commercials before we go?
Happy birthday, Nova.
Oh, listen,
Happy birthday, Nova.
Thank you. Your birthday present to me is to listen to all of my podcasts and subscribe to the Patreons. They are This, Trash Future, Be Gay, Solve Crimes, Kill James Bond, No Gods, No Mayors. Check out Nate from Trash Future's band Second Homes just put out their album. It's really good. It's called Find a Way to Hate It. It rocks.
There's some bangers on there.
Subscribe to Trangilismo. Maybe like break into rail yards and start stealing rail cars. I don't know, everything.
Yes. Gareth Dennis and I will have a new project shortly, which is just on the Rail Natter Patreon, where we're just gonna chat for 30 minutes about trains every week.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love this for you. This is awesome.
I'm supposed to shout out the Somehow You Didn't Die on Your Way to Work podcast, which I was on actually a month ago, talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. So I'll put a link to that in the description.
Oh, can I just throw in one thing really quick?
Listen to 10,000 Losses.
Huh? I am trying to finish my next photo book fairly soon, and I am looking for events and people to shoot focused on like queer life in Seattle. And since I keep getting recognized in the city of Seattle from being on this podcast, I figure there might be some people listening who that would be cool for. So if that sounds like, if modeling for pictures sounds like something you would enjoy, maybe let me know. It needs to be relevant. Though.
Do that. Yes. I'm gonna be in Dublin from the 12th to the 19th of May. I'm not doing anything. I'm just hanging out. If you see me on the street, just say hi, I guess.
Fiddly dee potatoes.
Fiddly dee potatoes.
I don't associate myself with these people.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I know that. I have those founding documents, buddy. All right, end this.
All right.
Happy birthday, Nova.
Happy birthday.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.